I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal for how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speak in the God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya. That shit you saying now, we all know ain't make ya. So many nights was me and my notebook, no hook, no look, just me and my devils, but they so shook. Whatever it took, fuck the battle, ready for war. I ain't die, I evolved, living through these memoirs, regardless of the cost. And the gas made it this far with bars that'll last forever, like the wreck yard.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speak in the God.
I see dead people connect with my sixth sense. Heed no evil, get bread with my six friends. He's no diva, flexing a sick Benz. Plex is a teacher, investing in big trends. Scared like a bear, disrupting the bull market. Double down shares, portfolio parking. Dow Jones average, big bank tank sharking. Elevated rank while face stays sparking. Dan John's pace, my grace will sharpen. In the biz since kids, Rosario Dawson. He got game, but he's not Jesus. Connected through the pain, data's rocking through your speakers. My daughter's like a mama, but she got my features. We teach her to be strong, never gonna need ya. Like Ruth Long, she was born a leader. Underestimating the greats is the wrong procedure.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speak in the God.
I'm alone, but I ain't lonely. Least I got my homies. Peace is what they show me till I meet my one and only. Nothing you can loan me, no way for you to own me. Baritone in my tone, leave sopranos to tone it. My ad-lib game can compete with those on the spectrum. I ain't gon' diss them, but definitely don't respect them. Equivalent of holding the mic till you wrecked them at the crossroads with the devil at a dark intersection. Question, is the sin eaten from the tree or neglecting to realize that he is me? Can't have me on lockdown when I'm as free. Stammer through the glamour so blind can see. I ain't trying to be, cause I'm built from the cosmos. And if need be, I raise up like P.D. Pablo. Climbing from the underground cause the dirt's off. Cage bird on my chest when I take my shirt off.
Yes, I'm hot. I'm H-O-T. Not hot in the sense that I'm mad because we lost. I am mad because we lost. But I'm frustrated. I'm hot and frustrated, right? You know how it is. You know how tensions ball over? Your tensions ball over, man. You know how you know something is wrong and nobody does anything about it, and can you continue to go down the path of the thing that is wrong when you know there's corrective action to be taken and no one does anything? What's good? What's good, everybody? What's good? It's good to see y'all this morning. Get that energy up. In case y'all can't tell, my energy is already up. Right? Right? Yo, so y'all keep asking me about Stephen Fox, man. Stephen Fox decided to do his own joint. He had told me he while he was coming on, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna step out and do my own joint, man, and so he started down that path. I'm not for sure what happened after that. You know, I'm not for sure what happened after that, man. It's nothing ill between me and Foxy. Foxy's my guy. You know, yeah, Foxy's my guy, man. He and I have excellent chemistry on this screen here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Foxy. He just told me one. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna just step out and do my own thing." I was like, "Fine, hey, do your thing, dog. We'll support you." And that's kind of like the last I heard. I think he talked to Hoodie Cav for a few hours yesterday. And part of that is my fault too. I probably should have followed up. But man, dog, when I tell y'all, man, that this YouTube channel thing keeps you busy, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it does keep you busy. I'm not lying to y'all, man. It's the social media aspect, it's the channel aspect, it's the content, it's the online store, running 2 live streams, managing the personnel with Blorange Tears. It's a lot of stuff going on. So me not reaching out to Foxy is not, me not wanting to know how he's doing. It's just, man, you know how you play. Y'all know how it is. You plan to do something and you keep putting it off, and before you know it, you forgot. That's what it is. That's what it is. Frederick was good. Earl Garris. Felix Pizarro was good. Dominic, I see you. All Future Gaming was good. 0.5 was good. App Trader was happening. Eli M was good. 0.5. I see you. How y'all like that roll call this morning? Yo, listen. I'm hot, but then every time I get around y'all, man, y'all help me put a smile on my face, man, because it's easy to do this right here when you like what you're doing. Right. And I know y'all can tell by what I left in the description box, right? That I'm really frustrated by. I'm really frustrated by a lot of things that I'm seeing here recently. Right. Wacko Knicks fanatic was good. Was good. Hey Dom, I see you. Hold on. Let me get this thing off first before I throw the link in the chat, because what happens is I throw the link in the chat and everybody else, start chopping it up or whatever, and I don't get to the stuff that I want to bring to the audience first. So I'm gonna bring this stuff to the audience first, and then I'll throw the link in the chat so we can chop it up. All right. So the first thing I want to talk to y'all about is the shot that RJ Barrett missed over Karl Anthony Towns. Stop it. Okay. Y'all stop it. Cause I saw y'all on social media. Y'all on the gram, like RJ's not a closer. Y'all all over Twitter, RJ Barrett's not a closer. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all in, people all in, like the content creators, y'all all in their comments. Like, I never saw RJ Barrett hit a big shot. Man, stop, man. Please, y'all bugging. Y'all bugging. What are y'all doing? Y'all bugging. I never saw RJ Barrett hit a clutch shot. All his shots come when we have the lead. Man, get out of here. Y'all front running asses. Y'all ridiculous right now. Y'all bugging. You know what I'm saying? Y'all legit are bugging. Y'all bugging out. Y'all losing your minds. And I know I sound like Free Keith right now, and I don't mean to, right? Right? But y'all bugging out. What are y'all talking about? RJ Barrett is not a closer. He's 20. You never saw a 20-year-old come into the NBA as a polished finisher, as a polished closer. There is no such thing as a 21-year-old closer. Period. Y'all bugging. Chef NYK, what's good? Delano Steele, what's good? Y'all bugging now. Y'all losing y'all minds right now. Y'all jumping off of bridges over stupid stuff. Why are y'all jumping off bridges for stupid stuff? It's more serious stuff going on. And y'all are legit because RJ, a 20-year-old didn't hit a jump shot over a defender that had a 6-inch height advantage on him. What are we talking about right now? Lord Ashinobi, what's good? Foy Trey, what's good? What's good? What's good? Andrew Collier, what's good? What are we even? What are we talking about? To quote the great American poet Lil Jon, what? What are we doing, Knicks fans? Really? What are we doing? Nick Worldwide, I see you. What's good? 19 comment NYC 84. What's good? I'm asking y'all to use common sense. I'm asking y'all to use common sense, man. Are y'all serious? Do you know how old Michael Jordan was when he hit the shot on Elo? Do you know how old Michael Jordan was when he hit the game-winning shot on Craig Elo? Michael Jordan was 26 years old. 26 years old. 26. And he's y'all's GOAT. Y'all say Michael Jordan is the GOAT. He started hitting game winners when he was 26. Are y'all serious right now saying that RJ Barrett is not clutch? He's not a closer and he's 20. Man, are y'all serious right now? Michael Jordan hit the shot on Elo. He was 26 years old. Our guy won't be 21 until later on in this year, later on in the summer. It's not like his birthday is this month. He won't be 21 for like 3 more months. And y'all are like, I've never seen RJ Barrett hit a clutch shot. Man, are y'all serious? What are y'all talking about? At 20 years old, Kobe Bryant was legit shooting air balls in the playoffs. They were benching Kobe Bryant because he was choking at 20. Right? But yet y'all are like, RJ Barrett, get at such and such. Get out of here, man. Are y'all serious? Michael Jordan was 26 years old when he hit the shot on Elo. And he may have been 27, 26, 27. But getting older is that in that scenario does not help your point with RJ. What are y'all talking about, man? What are y'all talking about? RJ Barrett missed a game winner over a 7-footer on the road, right? And y'all are like, listen. Before you prejudge me and before you start back with this stupid RJ Barrett narrative again, RJ Barrett missed a game winner over a 7-footer on the road, right? And people are legit losing their minds. It makes me wonder how many people that wear blue and orange are really Knicks fans. It makes me wonder how many people with gray hair in their beard and gray hair all over their head actually have this thing called perspective. And I know perspective. Don't try to talk to me about perspective. I know what perspective is, and I know it depends on the certain lenses, and I know is steep in your experiences and your background. I know that, right? I understand that. But what I'm telling you is, you can't judge a guy with unreasonable expectations. And here is something even more unreasonable. If RJ Barrett had hit that shot, you guys would have been calling him a closer. RJ Barrett's our closer. There's no win in that scenario. There's no win in that scenario. Okay, my computer is sending me a bunch of alerts. Okay. Push notifications drive me nuts sometimes. Hey, what's up, Spree or Z? Who is that? Who is this right here? Is this Spree or Z? Is this Spree or Z right here? Somebody who is this, y'all? I know the guys. I just don't know who's behind the account. Okay, it's Z. What's up, Zach? Zach, what's good? So Knicks Worldwide is saying, playing devil's advocate, Luka Doncic is a closer. No, Luka Doncic is not a closer. Have you seen Luka Doncic? Have you seen his efficiency ratings? Luka is not a closer in that sense. Yo, Sin Mears, what's good? What's good? What's good? We have to have some semblance of perspective. We have to have perspective, y'all. It's crazy. So a reasonable mind, a clear thinker would say, well, how do we get to the point where we have to hoist a buzzer beater to win the game in the first place? How do we get to that point? A clear thinker would legit say, how do we get to the point where we have to hoist a buzzer beater to win the game in the first place? Somebody answer me that. How do we get to a point where we have to hoist a buzzer beater in the first place? So Zach says we're having Westchester Knicks small forward JJ Moore on the show Saturday at 2:00. Yo, that's dope. That's dope. Y'all need to do, hey, Coach Zach, Y'all need to do a promo video before that. Do a promo video before that. Post it on social media, right? You need to make sure you push it. Make sure everybody in the world knows that you're going to have that. Don't just expect people to see your thumbnail and show up. You have to let the whole world know beforehand that it's going to happen, and then that way you can get the audience that you anticipate when it comes time to have them on. Right? You need to legit blow that up. That needs to be everywhere. So what's today? Today is Thursday. See, it's almost too late. It's almost too late. Y'all need to legit start pushing that to everybody in the universe starting right now. So that way, by the time 2:00 Saturday gets here, people are anticipating seeing y'all's interview with JJ Moore. Hey, and Coach Zach, you owe me something for that. you owe me something for that. So anyway, my point was White Falcon, what's good? What's good? Andre Bryant, what's good? Tone Wu was in the building. What's good? What's good, Tone Wu? What's good? What's good? So my point is this. Before I got starstruck by JJ Moore and Coach Zach, my point is how do you a clear mind, somebody with a clear mind would ask the question, how do the Knicks get to the point where you need a buzzer beater at the end of the game against the worst team in the league, the worst defense, on their second coach of the season, right? Real King, what's good? After you had an 18-point lead and a 12-point lead on the worst team in the league, how do you let them climb back into the game and you need a buzzer beater to win? How ridiculous is that? What are we doing? How ridiculous is that? Somebody answer this question for me. Somebody answer this question for me, okay? How do you get to the point where you need a buzzer beater to knock off the worst team in the league? Somebody answer that for me. Hey, P. Ramos, what's good? Hey, time to pick up Kyle Korver or Deion Waiters. Listen, I'm getting to that. Trust me. Trust me. Hey, Caliente Kid, what's good? Oh, hey, Caliente, hey, listen, I'm getting to that. Morning, brother. We got to get the Knicks some help. Why do we have 2 empty roster spots? I'm getting ready to get to that. Trust me. Trust me. But in fairness to each topic, we have to pop the cork on each topic and let it breathe. We have to think about what it is that we're discussing. We have to think about each thing. It's one of the things I get on Hoodie Kev about. Hoodie Kev will legit ask a question with 4 elements to it. And then when we talk about one, he gets frustrated. You don't ask a question with 4 elements to it. You ask 4 separate questions, giving each question its own time to be discussed. Right? That's for all you future moderators out there. Right? All you future moderators that's for all the people out there that eventually want to get their own channel. When you have topics, discuss your topics one at a time, right? One topic at a time. Even if you seem pressed, man, keep the conversation on that one topic. Let it breathe. Let people chop it up. And then when it's exhausted, move on to the next one. You'll stay having material. You'll stay having material. So anyway, y'all owe me something for that. Somebody in the chat owe me something for that. Yeah, y'all owe me a point guard. That's free advice. So now somebody in the chat has to go get me a point guard that's not named Alfred Payton. Right? Here's the other thing. The game when RJ Barrett missed is so non-important at this point. Right? It's so low down on a relevancy scale that is ridiculous. Right? If he had hit that game winner, the same people that said, "Oh, he always misses," there would have been an equal number of people that would be ready to call him the closer. Hang his number in the rafters already. Right? Sharon Cloyd was good. Send Mears, we got to get up and do some stuff. I know you're a chef. Send Mears, I know you're a chef and I know you're important. Right? I'm just saying. So Coach Zach says, all right, I'll start to at point for the Knicks. Be right back. Gotta go gotta go grab the Jackie Moon outfit. And y'all know what he's talking about too. It's funny. Y'all know what he's talking about. That's my guy. Coach Zach is my guy. White Falcon says, time to start quickly at the one. Obi has to start. Start where? Where does Obi play at? Here's the next thing I want to run by y'all. What are we doing with Taj Gibson? Why is Taj Gibson getting so many minutes? Taj Gibson is what we call washed. Nerlens Noel is not a starter. Taj Gibson is washed. Taj Gibson is washed. He's undersized at center. He's not as athletic. He's not as strong. All he has is experience. And our sentiment, I don't know if sentimentalities is a word. I think I just made that up on the fly. Big Who, what's good? Taj is washed. Taj Gibson is washed up. What are we doing even playing him, Tom Thibodaux? Taj Gibson is washed, period. Nerlens Noel is not a starter. What are we doing? We let our fandom cloud our judgment, right? Okay. We have like we have these sentimental values. We have these feelings for Taj because he's a Knick. I do. I ain't gonna lie. I like Taj Gibson as a player. I also liked Courtney Lee when he was here. Right? Certain players that operate around the margins, they operate around the fringes. You know what I'm saying? You kind of like them because they don't do anything to hurt your team. But then at the same time, they don't do anything that to push a team over the top. Clutch B-Ball TV was good. Hey, Clutch B-Ball, you got to come on at some point, man. You got to stop playing and jump in this video chat. You got to stop messing around. Hey, Clutch B-Ball. Oh, I'm getting to that too. Trust me. Clutch B-Ball TV says Anthony Edwards has to grow up. Oh, I'm getting to that too. I'm getting to that. Trust me. Trust me. We getting to that. We are getting to that. I couldn't wait. I couldn't hold it. As soon as I heard what he said, I started to do a lot. Hey, man, look. I started to put out a Anthony Edwards diss track last night when I heard him say that. I legit started to put out an Anthony Edwards diss track when I heard him say that about RJ Barrett. Okay. Can somebody tell me why Reggie Bullock couldn't guard Anthony Edwards last night? If Reggie Bullock is our best perimeter defender, why didn't he guard Anthony Edwards? So Ms. Mocha sent me a text message. You know, we were all working from home, right? So Ms. Mocha just sent me a text message to say, shut up or calm down. I can't help it, y'all. So I'm going to talk. I'm going to speak in my adult voice, right? Yo, Sinez, really? Where's the water? Sinez, where's the water? I've been drinking water all night, bro. Sinez, I've been drinking water all night, bro. All night. I've been drinking ice cold Aquafinas all night. All night. I think I maybe drunk like a 10-pack of the 20-ounce Aquafinas because I do a lot of walking, right? So I drunk like all that water. Yo, Cully is in the building. What's good, Cully? Andrew College was good. And Murphy was good. Was good. Yo, so getting back to Reggie Bullock. Sorry about the distraction. Why didn't Thibodaux have Reggie Bullock on Anthony Edwards last night? I watched a bunch of Knicks universe contributors, a bunch of shows, man. Everybody's doing, not everybody, but a lot of people do like the post game shows and all of that stuff, but nobody addressed it. Not to my recollection. Not that I remember right offhand, but nobody talked about what Reggie Bullock did last night. Where is Reggie Bullock? Where is Reggie Bullock? Right? Where is Reggie Bullock? Reggie Bullock is legit our best perimeter defender. Our best perimeter defender, right? That's why he's in the lineup. You think he's starting over Burks because his scoring? No. You think Reggie Bullock is starting because of his offense? No. Sin Mears. Bro, I'm getting to that too. Trust me. We ready to get to that. I have all these points, y'all, but I'm trying to space them out because I don't want to muddy the waters, right? And then have 9 different conversations going on in 9 different directions at once. We don't want to do that. Reggie Bullock. Why was Reggie Bullock not guarding Anthony Edwards? The narrative is their rookie dominated our second-year player. Their rookie dominated our second-year player. If y'all like what y'all hearing, man, subscribe to the channel. Get those subscriptions up. Smash that like button. Join the virtual chat. Turn your notifications on. Share on social media. Jamie Peralta, what's good? Hey, trust me, I have notes right here. I have notes that I took last night. I'm getting to that too. Everybody's guilty. I'm the judge. I'm throwing the book at everybody. I'm throwing the book at Alfred Payton, and that's, oh my God. Look, man, it's just too much stuff for me to talk. I'm so frustrated right now. Alfred Payton entered the game. We were up 8 with 7 minutes to go. The first thing he does is give up a turnover. He's facing our basket, not theirs. He's facing our basket. Our basket is 65 feet away, and he's looking at it, and they get his pockets picked by Anthony Edwards, who goes in for the dunk. This clown is facing the wrong way, gets his pocket picked. I'm sorry, not our basket, but their basket. He's facing their basket, 65 feet away, gets his pocket picked, gives up a dunk, comes down, then throws the ball away. It's a 4-point swing. Y'all saw the play on every post-game show in America. Alfred Payton turns his head and looks at our basket or the other basket. Alfred Payton, why are you looking at a basket that's 65 feet away? Anthony Edwards picks his pocket and goes the other way and dunks in that same basket Alfred Payton was looking at. And then Alfred Payton gets ripped and doesn't even try to get back into play. Hey, Sharon Cloyd says, appreciate you, Freezie. Let's concentrate on one topic at a time. I'll sit back and listen. This is my therapy. Great format. Today is not the day for banter amongst panel members for entertainment. Right. Hey, man, one topic at a time, man. One topic at a time. And we'll get to the video chat and all that stuff, man. We'll get to that. We'll get to that, man. We'll get to that. But I want to talk to y'all about one thing at a time. And it's exhausting, man. I'm legit right now, man, I'm getting exhausted. Not physically, of course, but mentally, it's a drag, man. Talking about these things where things are obvious to me, but not obvious to the professionals. If it's obvious to me and I'm not a pro, how is it not obvious to the professionals? Thibodaux, what are you doing? Why do you? So before the beginning of last season, we knew Alfred Payton was the tank commander. Right? Alfred Payton is the tank commander. Y'all thought it was Moutier. It's not Moutier. It's Alfred Payton. Alfred Payton played like 300 something games, all for teams that ended up in the lottery. He came here, and guess what? The Knicks ended up in the lottery. Why did you expect something different? Why did y'all expect something different? The dude drove Orlando straight to the lottery. Drove the Pelicans straight to the lottery. Drove the Suns straight to the lottery. And got to the Knicks, and y'all thought he was going to take us to the playoffs. The dude drove us straight to the lottery. It's in his nature. He's a losing player. Right? Guess what happened to Orlando when he left? They started making the playoffs. Guess what happened when he left New Orleans? They started making the playoffs. Guess what happened when he left Phoenix? Guess what happened when he left Phoenix? They started making the playoffs. And if the trend continues, guess what's going to happen to the Knicks when he leaves? So why keep him here? If the upside is us making the playoffs, why are we keeping him here? Or the Orlando Magic are like, oh, without the Elfrid Payton, we're only the 8th seed in the playoffs. Well, good, y'all made the playoffs. Elfrid Payton leaves, and Elfrid Payton in New Orleans, they get rid of him. You know what? They start upsetting people in the playoffs. Guess what? You can look at Phoenix right now. Phoenix could have made the playoffs last year. They were the hottest team in basketball. Phoenix could have made the playoffs last year, and they got hot. They were 8-0 in the bubble. And if they would have made the bubble, they would have been given teams the business, right? In the place. Somebody would have got knocked off by the Phoenix Suns, sans Elfrid Payton. And look at the Phoenix Suns right now, a full year removed from Elfrid Payton. So why is he still here? What do we need? What do we need with Tank Commander? Are we tanking? Are we tanking? Are we tanking? Are we tanking? That leads me to believe. Let me point let me get the ire away from Elfrid Payton, because he's just doing his job. He's following orders. Barry's Arts the GOAT was good. Y'all think y'all have to keep this? No. We do. Hey, Barry Arts the GOAT. We do what we want to do. This is our channel. Won't have to impress nobody. This is our joint. This is our joint. The people in this chat, we love each other. We fellowship. It's a Knicks channel, man. We don't have to impress nobody. This is our joint. And you're welcome to be here, too. We glad you're here. Right? This is our joint. We ain't got to impress nobody. You know what I'm saying? This is our joint. Right? White Falcon is like, start Obi. Hey, man. Whatever. You know how it is. This is Hinton Murphy. This is what I want to get to. Right here. This is what I want to get to. Right. And here's our transition away from Elfrid Payton. Because he's just doing what he does naturally. Right. And I think Leon Rose and Worldwide West and everybody else, they know that Elfrid Payton is Tank Commander. And they're just letting him rock. I have a question for y'all. What has Leon Rose done as team president in his short time here that has impressed you? Like legit, if you're giving Leon Rose a report card since day one of Leon Rose, what's his grade? Do y'all like the free agents he signed? Do y'all like the fact that he cut Elfrid Payton and brought him back? Do y'all like the fact that he kept Reggie Bullock? Do y'all like the fact that he signed Alec Burks? Do y'all like the fact that he traded for the Ed Davis thing was brilliant because we wound up getting 3 second-round picks. So do you like the fact that we traded for Ed Davis and picked up a pick and traded him away and got 2 second-round picks? Was that impressive to y'all? What about Leon Rose drafting Obi Toppin? Was that impressive? What about Leon Rose signing Austin Rivers? Right? What about them exploring trading Julius Randle for anything? I heard they were like, yo, give us a first and you can have Randle. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's the rumor. Well, y'all impressed by the drafting of Emmanuel quickly? Right? Did y'all like the fact that they cut Amari Spellman and brought in Taj Gibson? Did y'all like the fact that they traded Iggy for two dudes that ain't here and a second round pick that may not even be a second round pick this year? Hey, CP the artist, now's not the time. Now's not the time, CP the artist. Today ain't the day. Today is not the day, CP the artist. Today is not the day, CP the artist. Today is not the day. Today is not the day. CP the artist, today is not the day. Okay? Come in here with that tank talk. CP the artist, today is not the day. Today is not the day. Today is not the day. It's not the day, CP the artist. CP the artist, no. Today is not the day, CP the artist. Today is not the day. No. Today is not the day for that. All of that. We should be tanking. I told y'all we should be tanking talk. No. We know. What we talking about? Tanking? No. Talk about no tanking. What we talk about? Tanking? No, we are not talking about tanking. CP the artist. No. That soft talk, tanking. Why don't you lay down for the opposition? It's sports. Everybody can't be a winner. Somebody got to be a loser. No. We ain't talking about no tanking. No. What we talking about? Tanking? You crazy? No. We are no. Talk about no tanking. Talk about no tanking, man. It's sports. You supposed to lay down and let somebody beat us? Are you serious? Are you serious, tanking? Are you serious right now? Tanking. Are you serious? You want us to lay down and tank? No. Frederick said, Alfred Payton is the tank commander and CP the artist is riding shotgun. That's the funniest comment I heard in a long time. That's hilarious. Alfred Payton is the tank commander and CP the artist is riding shotgun. CP the artist is like, I got shotgun on the tank. That's hilarious. Ain't talking about no tanking. Are you serious right now? Tanking? Are you serious? No. We are not. No. It's not even a thought. Tanking. Are you serious? Really? No. We are not. No. CP the artist. You bugging. You got me about to go on a tangent. About to go off a cliff because you said tanking. You bugging. No, we are not talking about tanking. What we talk about? Tanking? Are you serious? You can't be for real right now. Tanking? Are you serious? You bugging. You bugging out. No, we are no. And I don't know if I could be any more clear than that. No. You see what I mean? See what I mean? See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? You are laughing because we lost. That screams Brooklyn Nets to me. That screams Brooklyn Nets. Right? That screams Brooklyn. Jamie Peralta, what's good? Hoodie Kev, what's good? Ronald Miller, what's good? What's good? Man, we ain't talking about no tanking. Not here. Not here. Not here. What are you talking about, man? Tanking? Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Tanking? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? You talking about tanking, right? The team is 500 after the All-Star break, and we talk about tanking. What are we talking about? What is this? Tanking? Are you serious? Talk about tanking. 500 after the All-Star break, and my man is talking about tanking. What are we even talking about, man? See what I'm talking about? What are we even talking about? What are we even talking about? Tanking? Are you serious? This is crazy. This is crazy. This boggles my mind. This boggles my mind, man. What are we talking about? Tanking? Are you serious? Yo, this boggles my mind. And if the Knicks front office is thinking this way too, they should be fired without pay. I'm telling we conduct detrimental to the team. What are we gonna do? Tank and get BJ Boston? That's what y'all want? Tank and get BJ Boston. Guess what? You could probably get him anyway without tanking. And yes, I'm really peeved with the front office. Julius Randle is hurt. Reggie Bullock is hurt. Mitchell Robinson is injured, out for 6 weeks at least. Nerlens Noel is playing through a shoulder injury. Taj Gibson got hurt last night. And the front office hasn't signed a soul. Leon Rose is sitting on his hands. Makes me think this is a soft tank. You got Alfred Payton out there looking the other way like Keystone Cops. Alfred Payton is looking the other way like Keystone Cops. Getting his pocket picked. He's looking at the wrong basket. Alfred Payton is legit Keystone Cops from those 1920s movies. Those movies with no audio. What are we even doing? Yo, it's Freezie. Have you seen the free agent list? It's super trash. I know, man. I know that. But what do you pay your front office to do? Just wear suits? It's up to them to find somebody. Hoodie Kev, I thank you for the distraction, but right now I don't want to be distracted. I want to be focused. Good try though. Good try. Good try. Leon Rose, what are you doing? We paying you all this bread. You ain't did nothing since you've been here. Leon Rose, you getting paid all that bread. You bought in all these goons. Y'all moving in silence and all this stuff people trying to give y'all credit for. Y'all moving in silence because I ain't doing nothing. Leon Rose in his front office is falling asleep in third period. And we giving him credit for being at school. Leon Rose and his front office are legit falling asleep in third period, and we giving them credit for being at school. Being asleep in third period does not make you valedictorian or salutatorian. Being asleep in third period means you're asleep in third period, Leon Rose. You had the opportunity to do multiple things. Multiple. You could have had Andre Drummond. Now all three of your centers are hurt. And you don't have a center. Clown. You could have went out and signed Andre Drummond. You could have traded something for Andre Drummond. Right? You could have traded something for Andre Drummond. Anything. And now all three of your centers are hurt. All three of your centers are hurt. And we have no center depth. Taj Gibson is washed. Nerlens Noel is a backup center at best. On his best day, he's a backup center. And you didn't make a move for Drummond or Aldridge or Boogie. You sat on your hands. Now Julius Randle is hurt. The wheels are falling off, and y'all are doing nothing. Look, man, I'm tired. I'm mentally wore out by this culmination, by this accumulation of crap that we've been, as Knicks fans, we're being subjected to. Give Tom Thibodeau a chance. This roster is whack. Give your coach a chance, man. Can you give the guy something to go to battle with? I'm ex-military. I know what this feeling is like when you go into battle with limited resources and the people at the top are telling you boots cost money. Yo, look, we legit winning this battle. All we need is food and bullets. And the generals are like, well, all that stuff costs money. Well, why'd y'all send us out here if you're not going to give us nothing to fight with and you won't feed us? Leon Rose, you sending us out here on a suicide mission. Leon Rose, all we ask for is food and bullets. And you're saying boots cost money. I would send you that stuff, but it costs money. Really? So why'd you send us out here then? Why'd you send us out here then, Leon Rose? You didn't even tell us, what the goal was for the season. What's the direction, Leon Rose? You ain't say nothing. The only thing we've seen you do is put out the cheesy statement about Mike Woodson leaving. And I think it was like 4 sentences. And it was, to me, is the most disrespectful, one of the most disrespectful things that happened this season. The Anthony Edwards thing was disrespectful, but he was clumsy. Leon Rose, you have PR, and you still did it wrong. Anthony Edwards is a 19-year-old kid who was trying to say the right thing and botched it up and disrespected a whole bunch of people. Leon Rose has a PR staff at his beck and call, and he messed it up. And y'all are wondering why coaches are interviewing for other jobs. Y'all are spinning it like, hey, hey, our coaching staff is so good, other people want it. Really? From a 500 team? Really? From a team that's 500? Julian Blum says, hey, Julian Blum, thank you for the super chat. Julian Blum says, Freezie with the facts. Bro, don't spin this. You're Knicks fans. I've been hearing y'all. Everybody. I ain't throwing no shade at nobody because people are smart and they have their own takes on stuff, right? And so Knicks fans are like, and Knicks universe is like, our coaching staff is so good that people are looking to take coaches off our staff. Bro, the Knicks are 500. This is laughable. The Knicks are 500. And y'all are like, the coaching staff is so good. Man, are you serious right now? Why are they not poaching people from the Utah Jazz staff? Or the Phoenix Suns staff? Or the LA Lakers staff? Or the Miami Heat staff? Or the Philadelphia 76ers staff? Or the Brooklyn Nets staff? They are better than us. How come their staff is not getting poached? I'm telling you, where there's smoke, there is fire. So, ladies and gentlemen, CP the artist says, I said it first, but y'all weren't willing to recognize that's a clear psychosis. That is a clear psychosis. CP the artist is an egomaniac. That's a psychological disorder. CP the artist is yelling at everybody, saying that he's right and everybody else is not smart. That's a severe psychosis. That's one of those things that you see in WWE superstars. They are the greatest of all times. That's what you hear from WWE superstars. Thank you, CP the artist. Kevin McLeod was good. I'm gonna throw this link out here in the chat, man. I'm not tired of talking. I've been talking for an hour. I'm not tired of talking. And mentally thinking about this stuff has got me frustrated. I'm frustrated, man. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated that we legit spent this thing. We're like, our coaches are interviewing for other jobs. And we're like, oh, they're so good that other people want to poke our coaching staff because we're so good. Really? We just lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Our team is 500. I'm telling you, people are trying to jump ship because this is not exactly what y'all think it is. Cornerstone Kev is in the building. What's good?
What is that that song by the Bee Gees, the beginning of the song? I've seen better days. I've seen better days, man.
Yep.
I've seen better days. That was pitiful last night. I apologize because I'm just catching the last part of what you were talking about. What were you saying about the coaching staff?
Let me do this real quick. Wacko Knicks fanatic, thank you for the super chat. Rose gave Tibbs a PR duo, Quickly and Obi, but he uses Peyton and overrated Randall too much. Let me bring Dominic in. Dominic, what's good?
Yo, what's good, guys? What's up, Cornerstone Kev? My guy, how you doing this morning?
Dom, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm just so ticked off right now about that loss by 1 point to the T-Wolves last night.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Can I give my thoughts on it?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, my thoughts on it, we had the lead we had the lead in the first quarter. We were running away with it at the end of the first. But then in the second quarter, the T-Wolves came back, and then somehow they came all the way back, turned it around, and they somehow got the win by 1 point over us. I don't know how come we missed that buzzer beater attempt. If we made it or not, I'm not sure. But I'm just not happy the way we played. But we played good.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to go in all on the coaching staff. The reason why I say it, and Sim on Nothing But Knicks podcast yesterday, he made a valid point because a lot of us was ready to go in on the coach. Now, he said that at the end, players have got to play. You can't blame the coach for last night's game. You can't blame the coach for RJ losing the ball, for Burks losing the ball. I mean, they had like I forget how many turnovers.
RJ did it like 6 or 7 times. I thought.
Right, exactly. But if you're, but is that the coach's fault or is that RJ's fault?
In my opinion, I would say it's RJ's fault.
What do you say,
I say it's the coach's fault.
Why do you say that?
And so here's the thing. There was clearly no continuity with the 5 that he had closed the game throughout the game. Like every time that 5 played together, the offense and defense stalled. Right? Every time those 5 played together, including Elfrid Payton, I'm talking about Elf. I'm talking about Elf, Bullock, RJ, Randall, and Taj, or Nerlens, whoever won. When you put those guys on the floor, the offense legit stopped in place, and the defense was suspect. And the fact that Tibbs didn't assign Reggie Bullock to Anthony Edwards after Anthony Edwards got hot, is a coaching thing. That's not a player thing,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the thing about that is I don't want to blame the coach because he's not in between the lines. But listen, when you're the captain of the ship, think about this now, and this is when you're the captain of the ship, when you control everything on the ship, right? If the boat gets lost, you're to blame. But you know what else though? When the food is bad,
you throw it out.
Still blame the captain, right? You know what I'm saying? Everything on the ship. If the captain runs the ship, right? If the captain is in charge of everything on the ship, you can't take the blame or the credit for just certain stuff. You have to take the credit or the blame for everything. You can't be a part-time leader, right? If you are in leadership, you're a leader full-time. It's like when I tell people like legit when say we go on Labor Day weekend break, right? So I get the crew together and I line everybody up. I'm like, hey, everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it's Friday morning. Things are slow. I'll see y'all Tuesday morning. Right? Everybody like, yeah, man, Uncle Freezie, yeah. Yo, 2 days, you know, you giving us a day off right before the, you know what I'm saying? Everybody excited. And then that Saturday, I'm calling guys like, hey, an emergency came up. I need for you to come back because, you know, it's one of these things we have to fix it or we're going to lose such and such and such.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, man, that sucked, man. You know, it's Labor Day weekend. Hey, man, you in leadership. You're in leadership. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like, I'm a leader during regular work hours. And then when an emergency comes up and I need you to step up, you're like, nah, I'm not a leader. I'm not a leader on holidays and weekends. Nah, bro. When we need you, we need you. You gotta take all the good and all the bad together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know.
You're right. You're right. I mean, this is going to be the most unpopular take from yesterday, but all right. So CP, I'll get to my point in a second. CP says the roster is trash. All I was doing was not having higher hopes. And you could say the roster is trash. You could say that, but here, hold on 1 second. I gotta turn down my TV. I apologize. 1 second. 1 second.
Cornerstone Cav watching Gilligan's Island. Cornerstone Cav, you watching the Professor and Marianne on Gilligan's Island? Teach, what's good?
Try this again.
What it is, my brother.
Let me try this. Let me try this again. So we knew that the roster was not the best, but unlike other Knicks fans, myself and like Ron Cleveland, we believe in Coach Tibbs, and for the most part, Tibbs is draining every ounce of his impact on this team, and it's gotten us to, unfortunately, right now 500. Now, what I'll say is that we haven't been in 500. We've been talking 500. I don't know how many times this season. When in the past 10 years have we said, we're at 500? It's always 7 or 8 games back.
Right.
So don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. I think we could do a hell of a lot better. But from where we were last year or the year before last, it's just great to be in the conversation of making a playoff run. Because years past, we've been who we looking at in the lottery. Right. We've been focusing on March Madness so much.
Word. Because
we got nothing else to look for, for that year. This year, we're finally being like, okay, where are we going to be a play-in, or are we going to be situated in a place in the standings so that we can be a playoff team?
Right.
Last night didn't help our case at all, because the body of work that we've done this year, we're expected to win games like last night. They're teams that we are supposed to beat.
How, Kev? How? Who are we?
I'm talking about the body of work for this year.
Before I get into that, man, I've been drinking water and tea. Man, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go I'm gonna have to take the dog outside. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Kev, what's good, my brother?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, everything's good, man. Everything's good. Go ahead.
You know me with the teacher life, man. I can't get on all the time, man.
I know.
Today's the last day before spring break, so I'm gonna be on a little while for next week.
Yeah. I can dig it. No, you going to is there a game tonight? I mean, at Yankee Stadium tonight?
Oh, Yankee Stadium? No, they playing. It's at 1:00. So I'm actually the kids just went to gym, so I just took because I'm still working from home. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right,
I'm in Hillside.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Cool.
We still doing it like that, but
man.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this at 1:00 when they come back from lunch. I'm gonna have one. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. This is the first time working from home, so I ain't used to none of this.
I hear you.
But you made a good point, man. I think we lost last night because I think probably for the first time the fellas went in there looking like, okay, we better than these dudes, which we are. But Freezie is right. We can't overlook anybody, because I think us not overlooking everybody and everybody overlooking us is what's helped to this, little bit of a season that we have.
Right,
so
right, exactly.
But we still should have. Last night was the first time I think this season where I even felt it like, okay, we should have won that game. We had games like the first game against OKC, the first Charlotte game. Those are the games that we should have won, but the other team just played better.
Yeah.
Last night, the Timberwolves looked really soft.
They did, didn't they?
They looked really
did,
soft.
didn't they?
The way Taj Gibson was manhandling them on deep with blocking shots. I mean, Noel, we used to that with Noel, so that's cool. But and then Anthony Edwards popping junk after the game. That pissed me off, man.
That right there was the sign.
You know what?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what? Not to cut you off because I'm done after this. What got me upset was something. Was he telling the truth? Do you think he was telling the truth?
No.
But let's play devil's advocate though.
Okay.
Does he have a point, Anthony Edwards? Because that's what got me upset. At first, I was like, "Yo, this calm ball, like, man, you ain't even doing nothing nice. You just dunking on dudes, but your team sucks, and your percentage, RJ's percentage is better than his. He's a better shooter than he is."
Absolutely.
But RJ still has a lot. I call him Andre the Giant. RJ the Giant. Kind of like how my man Lawrence. I'll be doing the same thing.
Okay.
What you think though, man? You think he was on to something, or he was just popping noise?
I will say in the past 2 games. Well, you know what? I'll get to RJ in a second. No, I don't agree with him at all because
all right.
What he should have said was, we can't let Randall or RJ. We have to keep the ball out of their hands,
right? And
try and let everybody else shoot. And even saying that, the people
he did say Randall. He did say that about Randall, but I get you.
Right, exactly.
He should have said both.
He should have said both. I mean, but I will say, between Quickly and Burks, they're still capable of hitting the shot. More Burks than Quickly. But no, but his statement, I don't know if he was feeling himself because he was in RJ's grill the whole night. I was a little disappointed in RJ because between this game and the Miami game, he against his opponent, against the person who was sticking him, he didn't impose his will. We've seen RJ impose his will on anybody. He's stronger,
Definitely.
and he's very crafty. He's very crafty around the rim.
Do you think?
Yeah.
My fault. No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Jerm, go ahead.
What I was saying is it, and that's what goes back to what Anthony Edwards said. Is he right, or was he just, like you said, feeling himself? Because when I say he was feeling himself, he had the last interview. You know, he got that steal, which was Peyton's fault when he just went cross court at the end of the game. And yeah. Peyton, you know, I don't like bashing Peyton because it's corny, like to just keep rehashing it.
It is,
But you gotta know that you the point guard. The ball is on the floor. It's a scrum. You gotta keep your head on. You know what I'm saying? But that's because you big Freezie McMahon. Yo, you supposed to do that.
All right, so 2 things, Freezie. What Jermaine said.
You should call me that from now on. Germ.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it.
I've been called way worse.
I'm not going to do it.
I'm the shortest one in the family. I get called all types of things. I'm used to it.
I hear you.
But what I'm saying to finish it off, because I want to hear what I mean. I didn't hear the first part because I was teaching. I don't know if Freezie went over this or not. I'm sure you did. Freezie, it's a 2-part question. How upset are you about RJ in these, especially last night, and then like Kev said in the Miami game? How upset are you about those outcomes? And 2, does it make you feel like, okay, that's one game, this is another game? Ain't gonna be too many more games when he tries that and messes up, because it's showing confidence that they're going to him. Kind of like is what I feel. But it's not gonna be too long before he start hitting those. Getting that confidence up. How do you feel?
Right. So
hey, Uncle, real quick, Uncle, to add to that also, your boy CP says RJ can't shoot. Why is this a topic? Now the floor is yours.
Well, he's he's getting better though.
Yeah, exactly.
CP is not way off. he has a point. But go ahead, Freezie.
So the thing is reality is perception agreed upon by multiple people, right? That's what reality is, right? Because everybody's view of a thing is going to be different, right? But if you have people with similar experiences viewing the same thing, then they tend to agree on a perception that is deemed reality, right? That's just what it is, right? So when you hear people like CP the artist say weird stuff like RJ Barrett can't shoot, you kind of have to look at it like he's just one person. His opinion does not have more gravity than somebody else's opinion, right? Because he can say that RJ Barrett can't shoot, but when you look at metrics around the NBA, RJ Barrett is a decent shooter. Is he the best shooter? No. But then again, what is can't shoot in this person's eyes? Like, what is can't shoot? Is anything above average and below can't shoot? Is good shooter the benchmark for people being able to shoot? So it's just too much, man. I don't really like getting into those type of arguments because there are too many variables for anybody to be right. So then it's just a going back and forth.
That's why I like to say that's why I just like to say he's getting better, and we see that he's getting better. It's not like we just throwing that out as a blanket statement. You see he's getting better. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like right now, like what CP the artist said, and I'm gonna throw a tinge of disrespect towards CP. Right. That's like saying this 5-year-old kindergartner can't drive a car. Really? Oh, this 5-year-old kindergartner can't drive a car. Okay. You know what? Most people that drive cars were at one point 5-year-old kindergartners. How about let them grow into that? You know what I'm saying? How about let them work on their motor skills first? You know what I'm saying? How about let them work on their social skills first? You know what I'm saying? Like when you first go to kindergarten, there were certain things that you want to learn. You want your kindergarten to become an intellect, but you know Rome wasn't built in a day. How about having them work on their social skills, right? How about having them share, right? How about having them learn what order is? Like teaching a kindergartner how to get in line is teaching them how to learn order, right? How about teaching a kindergartner to raise his hand instead of yelling out in class?
Oh God.
That right there is teaching them order. And I just told CP the artist like 40 minutes ago that Michael Jordan didn't start hitting game winners until he was 26 years old. The shot on Elo, Michael Jordan was 26. And you talking to CP the artist, and he talking about
did hit that one over Pat though. He did hit that one over Pat.
In college, in college,
right.
That was even though Worthy was the dude, but
right. But the stakes were different and the levels were different.
Very different.
That's like saying, hey, he also hit a game winner over a dude in elementary school. He also hit a game winner over a dude in high school. He also hit a game winner over a dude in college. So it's levels to it. It's levels to it. You know, at this level that we're talking about, the NBA, RJ Barrett is 20. At this age here, we were saying Kobe Bryant has no clue why did Kobe Bryant take that
last shot in the playoffs?
Yes.
That air ball against the Jazz. Yeah, rookie year. Yeah.
I remember that.
And then earlier and they were winning despite Kobe not knowing what to do. Kobe Bryant was taking 21-foot fadeaways over 7-footers. And we're like, Kobe, what kind of shot is that?
Remember how people was mad because he replaced Eddie Jones?
Yes.
But Freezie, let me tell you this. When you was giving that analogy, you just described what I was doing 10 minutes ago. That you could not be any more right. But that's the beauty of what you're doing here, with you letting us and you guys like you, Sim, and everybody, CP, Ron, because everybody potato salad don't taste the same. So we're gonna have opinions on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's that's the beauty of it. But going back to RJ though, I mean, I'm happy.
Y'all ain't let me answer the question.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, let me answer you and Cornerstone Cav's question first.
Got you.
Right. Okay. So first and foremost, the thing with RJ Barrett is it's apparent that the organization believes that RJ Barrett is the franchise player, not Julius Randle, not Elfrid Payton, right? Because RJ Barrett gets treated differently. RJ Barrett gets treated as if he is the future, right? RJ, like if Tibbs makes a mistake with RJ's minutes, the very next game you see it be corrected, right? Like if RJ Barrett doesn't play, comes out of the game in the third quarter, and then doesn't come back in with 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, the very next game Tibbs will play that dude 41 minutes, right? You know what I'm saying? Regardless who the opponent is,
the beat writer's right about RJ like he's the future too. It's a little bit different than Randall. It's a little different,
right? Because RJ Barrett is the future player. He's the future of the franchise, and Julius Randle is the franchise player right now, right? He's the star player right now, and they can coexist. They can coexist. It's like when you call the plumber, and he pulls up, and the side of the truck says Uncle Freezie and Sons. You know what I'm saying, on the side of the truck. You know what I'm saying? You'll see Uncle Freezie, right? But you'll also see the Sons. They are the future. They coming in and they doing just as much work as the old man is doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what we have right now, right? So to say RJ Barrett take this, I'll give you an example. I just spoke to this about an hour ago. If RJ Barrett had hit that shot over Karl Anthony Towns, a certain section of the fan base would have been like, I told you RJ Barrett's a closer. And that would have been just as wrong, in my opinion, as those that are blaming RJ Barrett for not being a closer. Don't overreact, right? If he had hit that shot, we'd have won the game. But keep it in perspective. It's still learning either way.
What I'll say about RJ being a closer, he has the tendencies to he has the traits to be a closer, because I saw it last year when we played Houston and he hit the shot over PJ Tucker.
Right.
That's why I'll say he has the traits to be that. So it's been twice that he's been given the ball in the last minute and unfortunately has come up short. I will still give that to him because he's showing the traits of being the closer.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now,
baby steps.
Yeah, baby steps, right.
Baby steps.
Now, and I believe that in years to come, he will be more crafty. That's what I was saying, Jermaine, about him being crafty around the basket. I believe that when he when he keeps getting these opportunities, he's going to he'll be better at closing.
Yeah. I mean,
at closing.
It sucks because like we riding with him and you see he's getting better, but there's like Freezie said, baby levels to it. It's baby steps. RJ has the game to play in the NBA. But see, here's now I don't want to sound, because I got to get off in a minute. I don't want to sound like I'm, moving the goalposts or whatever. But what CP saying, CP does have a point, because I'm an RJ fan, but I'm not the most confident in RJ. Meaning like with this, if Randall, Burks, even Taj Gibson, sometimes when he has that little baby jumper, when they go up, that's going in. If it's not, you're like, oh dang, he missed that. But with RJ, every time he raises up to shoot, I'm like clenching up a little bit because I want him to do well, but I'm not sure. But what's starting to happen is I'm starting to not do that when he's shooting now, but at the ends of the game, that's when I'm starting to get nervous because I don't think he has. I don't know if it's just the skill set or the ball skill, like ball handling skills. And he's been working on that. You see, he's been doing a little like Tim Hardaway shuffle between the legs and trying to go this way. It's been messing up, but it's been working too. So I think that's if he's going to be the closer we need, he's got to get a dribble drive, a first step or something that can create because he's strong enough to create the space, but you can't rely on that all the time.
Yeah, and I believe that like this summer, I'm sure he's going to be working on that, doing that dribble thing that you were just saying, like that. We got to eliminate.
That dribble drive is so important. Imagine, I'm gonna get killed for this. Imagine if Kevin Knox had a first step, and he still got to have it in here. But imagine if when he's sitting in those corner hitting them threes, imagine him just pump faking and being able to cross and go, just on a whim like that.
Yeah,
that would make look. Alec Burks has it. When Alec Burks get into the paint, he keep his head up. He's looking. It's on a swivel. He faking, doing that. Yeah. But fellas, I gotta the kids about the No, I'm gonna jump back on because I just got all my Wi-Fi redone. That's why I ain't been on in a while because it was always like choppy and stuff. But I'm gonna be back on later, man. I'm gonna try to catch y'all.
Okay, bro. Okay, handle your business. Okay, all right.
Go Yankees.
Go Yankees. Absolutely.
Kev, go Steelers too. I'm a Steelers.
Okay. That's a brother right there. Freezie, that's a brother right there.
Three heads from Jersey, man. That's all what it's about.
That's right. Absolutely.
Peace, Freezie.
All right. Peace, bro.
Okay. All right, so let's eliminate the elephant in the room because Pudge Nice is saying that we should be throwing smoke at Randall. What do you say? Nah.
Randall's hurt. Randall's hurt right now. Hey, bro, and so here's the thing. And so I'm gonna imagine and being respectful. First let me do the CP the Artist, thank you for the super chat. CP the Artist says this is the best April Fool's episode ever.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
You would expect CP the Artist to do more than a $2 super chat since
I was gonna say that.
with your cheap ass.
You know he vacant. You know he vacant.
CP the Artist with your cheap ass. Yo. Hey, how the world y'all gonna let CP the Artist get away with a $2 super chat? Your cheap ass, CP the Artist. You should be shaming yourself. You should be shaming yourself. That's the change out your ass trade. CP the Artist, you should be ashamed of yourself. $2.
Hey man,
CP the Artist.
Hide. That's why you said you too, because he's gonna hide. He ain't gonna come on here.
CP the Artist with your cheap ass. CP the Artist, look. Your CP the Artist. Your show is only worth, and you know YouTube get 40% of that, right? So CP the Artist, thank you for that $1.20. Thank you for that $1.20, CP the Artist. And this is your show. This is your show, CP the Artist. And you donated $1.20. CP the Artist, thank you. Thank you. So anyway, so what I was gonna get to, Kev, what I was gonna get to is this. The thing with Julius Randle is hurt. We know he hurt. You know what I'm saying? Just because you come back don't mean your injury is over. And I'm gonna assume, hey, everybody in the chat, I'm gonna assume that Cornerstone Kev is my age. So I'm gonna assume Cornerstone Kev is like 20, it's like 23, 24 years old, right?
Yeah, I can roll with that.
Yeah. So in the middle of the night, like dudes our age, we be sleeping, right? And then we get up because we gotta pee. It happens.
Yeah, that's right.
It happens.
That's right.
And you be trying to find your house shoes or something to walk on or whatever.
That's right.
And you mess around and kick the bedpost on your way to the bathroom. Lord have mercy.
Have mercy. That's right.
Bro.
That's right.
You talk about lingering. Lingering.
Yeah.
Right? And that's kicking the bed. That's kicking the bedpost. right? All you did was kick a bedpost. It's not like somebody hit you with a bat on your foot. You kick the bedpost. But bro, you be feeling that thing for so long.
What about if you hit the doorway? Hit the doorway when you walking and everything, and it's dark out.
Right. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Or
you hit your toe.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. And Julius Randle has a deep thigh contusion.
Yeah.
Right? It's equivalent to a black eye. You ever had a black eye before, chat? Like when somebody punch you in your eye and all the tissue on your face gets swollen, right? And your eye goes shut. I'm not asking Kev. Kev, I ain't asking you. I'm just asking the chat to envision a deep thigh contusion, right? It's similar like to a black eye, like when you get hit and everything around here just goes puffy first and your eye is always watering. I know I had black eyes before.
And we can't cover that with mascara. We can't cover that with mascara. You like, whoa, what happened there?
No, you gotta get you a bag of frozen veggies out the deep freezer and put on it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta throw a steak on it. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine that in a place where you used to be able to have full mobility, now you don't. You know what I'm saying? Julius Randle at 6'9", 250, a half step slow. That means everybody in the NBA has caught up to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all those moves, all the stuff that he used to be able to do, he can't do it anymore. And I know y'all gonna be bugging like, yo, why do you do such and such and such and such? Man, listen. Oh, you know what? We have a medical professional right here. Eric G is in the building.
Hey, Eric G, how you feeling, man? How you doing?
What's up, fellas?
You the man. I can't call it, man.
Dang, Eric G, you just shaved Tuesday night, and you back, and the beard is back already.
I told you, bro. My thing is gonna be like James Harden in about 2 weeks. How's everyone doing today?
Good, man.
It is what it is, man. We gotta suck up last night and just move on to the next. I mean, for a lot of reasons, last night was probably the worst loss that we had all season, considering all the work that we've done. You just can't lay down like that.
Last night's loss ranks like upwards, like the loss to Cleveland when they had nobody,
right?
Like the OKC loss.
Yeah.
That loss to Orlando.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
Here was the worst one, I think, because
that OKC loss was devastating.
I think this was the worst because of where. I mean, this team has 12 wins. Like, there's no reason we should have lost.
Right.
Nope.
Right. Nope, there is no reason why we. And so here's the thing, man. Here's the thing that yo, look who's in the building. It's G Money.
Hey, G Money, what's happening, man?
Good.
Salute everybody. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, G Money?
Good.
What's going on?
Man, you know what's going. You saw that loss last night.
You weren't expecting that last
loss. Night. No. And I can kind of see this loss coming too. By the way,
why is that?
Kind of true.
Why is that?
So I saw the loss coming because it was accumulation of things happening. The two empty. So I think if y'all can remember, we came out flat in that game the night of the trade deadline. Remember the trade deadline came and went and we didn't do anything?
Right.
And then that night the players came out flat. Right? We came out flat. We finally, we tried to pull it out. I think we did.
Was that the Washington game?
Yeah. It was a Wizards game. Yep.
Okay.
So we blew them out the first time. The second time they actually came and punched us in the mouth, and we survived and held on and won. Right. Then we lose to the Heat in a game that Spoelstra outcoached Thibodaux. Right. It had nothing to do with the personnel. They ran the same defense they had been running against us all year. They trapped us and then backed up into a zone. Right? Every time RJ Barrett got the ball, three sets of eyes were on him. Right? And led by Jimmy Butler. So it looked as if Jimmy Butler was locking down RJ Barrett, but Jimmy Butler would body up RJ Barrett, and as soon as he bodied him up, the defense swarmed at RJ Barrett. Right? And so the loss to the Heat was devastating, right?
Yeah,
and
tough
then
loss.
we're like, so the loss to the Heat, we can understand. They were in the NBA Finals last year, even though that's our rival, and we wanted that win to validate our 3-game win streak, right? We wanted to prove to the world that our 3-game win streak was not a fluke, right? But we lost to our rival in an embarrassing way.
To a team that we might see in the playoffs.
And to a team that we might see in the playoffs, right? And so we're like, okay. Well, at least we have Minnesota coming up on Wednesday night, right? Well, we'll regroup against Minnesota and get back on track, and we lose.
We blow an 18-point lead to a team that sucks. I know. It's like, here's crazy. They didn't also have D'Angelo Russell. Don't forget about that. Yeah, we didn't have Rose and Mitch. They didn't have D'Angelo Russell. So, and here's the thing. People keep telling me, and again, no disrespect to Minnesota. People are telling me the Wolves are a good team. No, they're not. They're 12-36. What is just because you have talent that's good, your record tells you if you're good or not. And the record stinks, so they're a bad team. And we lost to them, which is shameful.
And they are going to the lottery. They are going to the lottery.
That's when I keep telling people. The record depicts who you are as a team. Our record tells us, yes, we have some talent, but we need a go-to guy. We have a lot of weaknesses on this team, and the fact that yes, we play hard, but sometimes our execution in close games is not the greatest, and also the fact that we miss free throws.
What's up with us with some free throws?
We're 21st in free throw shooting. Come on, 21st? Like, come on. And also the fact that killed us was turnovers. We had 17 turnovers around that. Also the fact that, Thibs' play calling was bad down the stretch. Why is Elfrid paying the game so long in the fourth quarter when he's not giving us anything consistently? And if you're RJ Barrett, okay, go to the basket if you're down by 1. Don't shoot a fadeaway mid-range at the elbow over a tall Karl Anthony Towns, okay? Go to the rim. If you go to you're in the bonus. You go to the rim, you either could get 2 free throws or you could get a basket at the paint. And if you're Julius Randle, I know Randle hit some big shots.
G-Money, to that point that you just made, and it was 5 seconds left. It wasn't like it was a second left on the clock. He could have kicked it out to Burks or quickly.
Okay, G-Money and here's my question.
Yeah.
Do you think he would have gotten the foul call if he went to the basket?
No, it's RJ Barrett. No, I don't think so. Because I mean, G-Money is saying in a perfect situation, in a perfect world, it's possible for a player going to the basket that is contacted by the defender and when in the act of shooting to get the foul call. But I'm saying that it's RJ Barrett and it's the Knicks. And we hadn't been getting the benefit of the doubt from the officials all season long.
All season long.
Yeah.
All season long.
Yeah. So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I would say I'm less inclined to believe that there would have been a foul call if RJ Barrett would have went to the basket and got fouled. But I understand what G-Money is, because G-Money is like, yo, the offensive player going to the basket, if there's contact by the defender in the act of shooting, they'll probably get the call. I understand what he's saying, but I'm less optimistic because it's the Knicks.
Right.
I mean, like to hop off of what you're saying. I'm all cool with going to the basket if it's a play during the game, late in the game, with a couple minutes and trying to get a foul that way. But on the last shot, it's hard to try to predicate your offense on trying to get the refs to get you a call. So for me, it's about finding the open guy. There was enough time to make a couple passes on that last play.
Right.
You could have gave it to RJ, Burks was open in the corner. So I mean, as a 20-year-old, those are things. There's not a lot of 20-year-olds who are taking their last shot for a game winner, in the league. So you try to, you obviously know what RJ means to this team. You just try to put him in that position to not only build his confidence, but to gain leadership. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what that's about too.
And to look at it logically, we shouldn't have been in this position in the first place.
That's when I'm saying we're up 18.
And we had 2 double-digit leads. Remember, we were up 18, and then we were like, okay, stop. Okay, we'll stop playing around now. We'll get serious. Exactly. And we got serious, and then we got the lead back up to double digits again.
Up 13-4.
Yeah. Only to let them come get back in the game and take the lead. But here's the thing I want to tell y'all too. Mm-hmm. Which if y'all hadn't noticed this, but I hadn't noticed. I have noticed this. Thibodaux was not drawing up plays for anybody to close games except Julius Randle. Mm-hmm. And Julius Randle had been not choking, but not executing down the stretch. Right. Remember, he missed a shot on Tobias Harris against Brooklyn. He missed a shot against Kyrie Irving. Remember, Kyrie Irving had his hands on the ball. Remember that?
Yeah.
And so I'm sorry. The Tobias Harris game was the 6th game. I'm sorry, where he didn't make the shot there. There was a point where he didn't execute against Brooklyn, and so there's a series of games where Julius Randle did not close, right? So he went to RJ Barrett, and at least RJ Barrett got a shot on the rim, right? So my thing is Tibbs is clearly trying to find somebody to close out games down the stretch. Right. You know what I mean? Because it was Randle. It was Randle. Clearly, Randle is tired and hurt, right? He went to RJ. RJ didn't finish. But you know what, though? I think this is more an indictment on the front office, knowing everybody is hurt. Well, we're struggling, and they didn't go out and get anybody at the deadline, and we still have 2 open roster spots.
But they have to fill one of those roster spots by April 11th.
April what? April what?
11th.
11th. Okay.
So
hey, Donald Cannon. Let me say. So Donald Cannon, thank you for the super chat. Donald Cannon says, please buy a better mic. Woo! And so I don't know if he's talking to me or if he's talking to G Money or Eric G or Cornerstone Cavs.
Yeah, address who you're talking to.
the mic is great, right? The mic is great. The tape job is terrible, right? I had a bracket on it, and I broke the bracket, and so I did what I know how to do best, and that's Jimmy rig it. So thank you, Donald Cannon.
I think Edwards is gonna. Oh,
I'm sorry, I don't have a mic in my car, so.
Yeah, it's a car phone. I mean, talk to the car.
I'm sorry, Donald.
Hey, Anthony Edwards, he has the tools to be a special player, but I could tell he's going to be a jerk, for years to come. You see him going at RJ and in his interview.
Yeah.
He's one of those players that likes to run his mouth.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think he is an unpolished public speaker. That's what I think he is. Like, I don't think he legit wanted to say RJ sucks. I think what he wanted to say is we wanted to deny Julius Randle the ball, and if a secondary person got the shot off, we could live with that. I think that's where he was trying to go. I don't think he meant to say RJ Barrett sucked, right? Because players nowadays generally don't do that. In today's NBA, where everybody's buddy and everybody's teaming up, they don't throw shade at each other like that, especially by name. Yeah. When's the last time you heard an NBA player call another NBA player out by name?
Butler. I forget who he called out. Who did he call out?
In an after game press conference?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
Butler
I
don't
gotta
care.
look.
Butler-
Say again.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler does that. He don't care.
He don't care. He got that mentality that I don't at all.
Right.
He called out. Okay. Thanks. For trade. He called out T.J. Warren. Warren. Yes, that's right. When he was on when TJ was on Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Evergreen? How you doing?
Evergreen G's in the building.
Evergreen.
Evergreen, I apologize.
Wait, what you apologizing to me for? What I do?
Because between you and Josh Uncle Fulio, I never say thank you so much for your service.
Oh, come on, cut it out. You ain't gotta
Man. Hey, y'all servicemen, man.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you.
I still, all of them, whether I do it or somebody else do it, the job is still gonna get done. So appreciate it though.
Okay.
So are you airborne or are you a dirty rotten leg?
I'm a dirty rotten leg. I'm not an airborne, but I'm
not.
My God. I'm not even that. I'm a recruiter, bro. I'm not doing none of that.
Are you a recruiter?
Oh my goodness.
Can you recruit? Can you recruit people at 50?
Nah, not unless you prior service.
Wow. Can you recruit us a point guard?
I could actually. I think I could.
Oh, thank you.
I think I could. I think I got some type of connections out here in the streets to find somebody. There's a lot of good hoopers out here in Atlantic City, so you know.
Okay.
And I think we can make something happen. Listen, I only came on the chat because something in the live stream chat got me very, very, very upset. All right, I don't even know what the dude's name is, but
we ain't apologizing though. We apologized all day yesterday. We ain't doing no more apologizing.
Yeah, no more.
Listen. Okay. Well, I'm not the apologetic dude. I say what I say and I stand on it.
And move on. Right.
And you can take it or leave it. All right. Somebody in the chat. You can go back to like maybe 2 minutes ago. Somebody in the chat just said that players don't want to come here because of James Dolan. And I'm like, come on, guys. Like, we gotta get rid of this narrative, right? And I said it once, and I've said it again, and I'll say it again now. James Dolan does not shoot jump shots.
Right.
James Dolan hasn't made any decisions with this team since the Carmelo Anthony trade away. He hasn't been involved in anything. All he's doing is hiring the presidents and the GMs, and then he steps back. Yeah, he might cuss somebody. He might not cuss somebody out, but he might kick a few fans out here and there, right? And again, I'm not the James Dolan apologist, if you will, if that's even a word. I'm not the guy that's out here caping for James Dolan. Blame needs to go where it needs to go, right? So I don't know exactly where the comments at, and it, you know, it's a couple back if you're able to pull it up.
I'm trying to look for it now for you.
It's a couple back. It's like maybe 2 minutes back from when I got on the stream, but it's like, yo, James Dolan doesn't shoot jumpers. The players don't care about who owns the team unless the team is, the ownership is coming out and saying racist stuff like the Clippers, right?
Right.
And then on top of that, this notion that, you know, we didn't do anything in the off season, not the off season, but in the trade deadline, and that's the reason we're losing is false as well. Like, what we did in the off season last year, or in the off season for this season, what we did with that is enough to say that we have made a lot of success with all the, you know, getting a capologist, getting a new coaching staff, you know, getting a new front office, and getting new players in here that we didn't have last season. That's kind of helping us propel. That's enough to say, you know what? Now that the trade deadline, you know, the trade market is open, that we're cool with the team that we have, and we're cool with freeing up some roster spots on the idea that we could get somebody that's going to put us over the hump. There was nobody this season, with the exception of like your Andre Drummonds, your LaMarcus Aldridge. There was nobody that we were willing to take a gamble on in the off season. I'm not in the off season, but in the trade deadline that we saw that's better than the players that we have on this team right now. There was nobody in the buyout market, with the exception of those two bigs, that was worth anything. And we're not willing to make a trade for a contract that looks bad, and the players that are on the team are better. You know, we talk about making a trade for Gary Trent Jr. We talk about making a trade for Terrence Ross. All those contracts aren't expiring. So this notion that, you know, because we didn't do anything, we failed, is bullcrap. It's bullcrap. I would say the only thing that we could have potentially failed at was my idea of getting Drummond, but even that was still looked at as a success up until Mitchell Robinson, you know, blew his ankle out, right? So all I'm saying is, you know, we're not a failure for us not doing anything. You know, we're staying the course, and we've already succeeded this season. So everybody cut it out. Y'all expectation for a team that was in the bottom of the East last season to all of a sudden, you know, being in a position to make the playoffs and potentially get out of the first round. You know, y'all expectation for this team is just like it's skyrocketed. I get where the confidence is coming from, but it's completely unrealistic. The furthest that we'll probably get in this team is probably out of the first round, maybe then. And everyone and their mama and all the past Knicks fans that are in the grave right now would rejoice over the fact that a team has been trashed for the last 20 years, and all of a sudden they make, you know, big changes in the coaching staff, big changes in the front office, and then they're fighting for a playoff position in the year, mind you, that the league changed the rules and said 7 to 10 can still compete. We are still in that position to compete right now, and y'all are complaining like it's James Dolan's fault. Shut up, idiots! What are you talking about?
CP the artist. What did you do with Evergreen G? CP the artist legit just climbed into into Evergreen G's body just now.
What did he say?
Yes, it's the same stuff that you're saying is what CP the artist is saying.
I mean, I've been on shut down idiotic fans for blaming James Dolan for everything for a while now. So
Me too.
I've been saying that for a long time, even before the Spike issues, before the Oak
issues.
Absolutely. Like before all of that, I've been saying it. But just because there's non sequiturs there, right? Like the team plays bad because the team plays bad. James Dolan watches the games just like he does. The only difference is he just so happens to sign a few of the checks that the president and the GM are paid through. Other than that, he's not down there when those guys are warming up. He's not down there giving up passes off the layup line. He's not down there making up X's and O's strategies on how to get the ball in bounds and shoot the jumper, a wide open jumper at that. He's not down there making decisions when you're trying to drive and score within the last 5 seconds, right? He's not doing any of that stuff. So you guys got to think logically. James Dolan ain't got nothing to do with whether this team is winning or losing, right? Of course, he's going to get the glory because just like everything, shit's supposed to roll downhill, but all the glory is supposed to be at the top, right? So winning heals everything. And it's like only with the New York Knicks that you can still be a winning team, and somehow when you lose maybe a few games, that the guy at the top still gets the blame. It doesn't make any sense to me. It can't be that RJ Barrett's not a closer. It can't be that, Julius Randle didn't show up. It can't be that there was bad coaching on Tibbs' part. It's Dolan's fault. What? That doesn't make any sense.
Hey, so Frederick just said you are James Dolan's propagandist.
Wow.
Hey, I see it. Evergreen.
Wow.
Evergreen is Dolan's engineer. Well, tell Frederick to stop being a chump and get on the chat and establish.
Oh, don't call him a chump.
Yeah, no,
Don't call him a chump, man.
Here we go. Where's that gas?
That's what that is. That's called chump talk, right?
No, man.
He said he was joking. He said, chill, Freezie, McMahon. I was joking.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
I thought I was gonna have to do the ISO screen.
Oh, man.
I had a rough night last night. All right, so I don't need.
Yeah.
This is not a time to be playing with me right now. You know what I mean? I'm real sensitive. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, I am a music engineer, and I think that's why he did that. I think he's smart. He know what he's doing. I see what you're doing over there. But listen, bottom line is this: this ain't got nothing to do with Dolan. Is Dolan an idiot? Yes. Right? Is Dolan a horrible person for? I wouldn't say he's a horrible person for kicking people out of his establishment, but is he smart for doing that? No. Does he get the blame for the team playing bad? Absolutely not.
Right. Well, so I'll say this. I am going to strike everything that Evergreen G said from the record.
What are you talking about?
What?
Everything that Evergreen G just said, I'm striking from the record, and I'm throwing it in the recycle bin on my desktop.
Oh my God! No, he didn't.
Yes.
No, he didn't.
Yes. And because here's the thing. Evergreen G and I agree on a lot of stuff, including Army, Bull, right? Okay, so we got a lot of stuff in common. I'm a vet, he a vet. You already know we kind of think similarly. Put it all on the line for your brother, right? Right. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Success and the capturing of success is a fleeting moment, right? Do you know the difference between the Silvers and the Jackson 5?
Yes, I do. Don't go there with that. Don't go there with that. Don't go there with that.
Because the Silvers were just as talented as the Jackson 5, right?
They don't know. They don't know.
Right. But you know what though? The Jacksons were able to capitalize in that moment of success. They didn't say, let's kick this can down the road and take more singing lessons and more choreography. They're like, oh, it's our turn. We're gonna smash right now. Right? When other artists were coming out and Mike was thinking about going solo, they were like, Mike, Mike, you a star, man. You need to go out here and do it. And it was a ton of acts out there. And all of them were bands. There were funk bands and R&B bands. 17 people on stage. Everybody getting a solo. You know what I'm saying? And then you have Michael Jackson. They're like, yo, Mike. You know what I'm saying? You could be a solo act. And he was like, yo, but people don't go solo no more. Everybody got a band. And it was like, Mike, bump that. Go out there and do it. And you know what? Mike went solo, and people can't even remember who Confunction is. Who is Confunction? Who is y'all Burrowing Peoples? Who is y'all Burrowing Peoples? Who are the Commodores? You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying to Evergreen G is this. The moment of success you can't take for granted that you'll get another one, right? You have to take advantage of your window of success or the opportunity when it comes, because you don't know if opportunity is going to knock again, right? The Knicks have been bad for 20 years for a reason, right? So when opportunity comes, you have to take advantage of it. It's like the lottery, right? It's like the lottery. Going to the store and standing at the lottery booth is not good enough. That doesn't make you the winner. You have to play it and hope that you are the lottery winner. Being in the store and saying that you're gonna play the lottery. I have 8 quarters. I don't have $2. I only have 8 quarters, right? So I'm gonna play the lottery this afternoon. We're gonna have $2. Nah, bro. You got to take advantage of the opportunity when it presents itself. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like, well, I'm gonna take the next train to success. Nah, bro, you got to strike when the iron is hot. Michael Jackson, when Mike was going solo, though, when Mike was going solo, everybody on the pop charts were groups. You had your KC and the Sunshine Bands, your Shalimars, your Kool and the Gangs. Everybody was in a group, right? Mike said, "I'm gonna go solo. I'm gonna take advantage of this opportunity." And guess what? Mike went solo, right, and became a mega star. At one point, Michael Jackson was the most popular person on the planet. People knew Michael Jackson over the Pope, right? They knew Michael Jackson over the Pope because Michael Jackson took advantage of his success of an opportunity for success. Nobody remembers Shalimar. Like people legit think Shalimar started out with Howard Hewitt. No, Shalimar had another lead singer before Howard Hewitt. You know what I mean? And so what I'm saying to the Knicks is you can't say this moment of opportunity or moment of success is guaranteed next year or the year after. If success is right here, right within your reach, you got to take advantage of it, or you'll be right back where you were 3 years ago, hoping those first round picks that you drafted, Kevin Knox,
There's a major false
Frank
equivalency,
Ntilikina.
bro.
I'm gonna say something real
major
quick.
false equivalency, dude. The false
I'm gonna say
equivalency
something before I head
is.
out. I'm gonna head out.
Go ahead.
I just want to say something real quick. I don't think people understand the importance of coaching and the assistant coaches, not just the head coach, but the assistant coach. Guys love Mike Woodson, man. And since Mike Woodson been gone, Knicks haven't won a game. So,
Oh wow!
those things matter. And I knew it would be an adjustment because that means one of the video, assistant coaches got to step up to that role now, or there's always a void when you get rid of a coach that the players and the fans connect with. And Woody connects with all of us because he was the last coach we had when we were successful. You know what I'm saying? He was the last coach here when we won 54 games. He was our coach. So those things matter, and I hope that it doesn't continue to go downhill the rest of the way. But tomorrow night's a must win, which is tough because Dallas is on the upswing.
Right.
So I just hope that we can come out and defensively kind of like put our foot down and score some points too, because they're not great defensively, but we need to really step up.
But neither was Minnesota.
I mean, that's the thing too. Minnesota, they scored 101 points or something, 102 points.
Yeah.
That's a good to stop that. They have a good offense to stop them to 100. The problem is we can't score no damn points. So at least not consistently. But I'm gonna head out. I got some business.
Handle your business. Handle your business.
I'll be checking out for sure. I appreciate y'all. You already know. I'll see y'all. I'll see the rest. Uncle Freeze. I'll see you tonight. All right. Chat. All love. Appreciate y'all. Next morning drive. All family.
All right. So what I was saying, Freezie, was your analogy has a huge false equivalency to it. This Michael Jackson analogy and striking while the iron is hot and seizing the opportunity.
Why do you hate Michael Jackson? Why do you hate Michael Jackson?
Why do I hate? I like Prince better, but let's keep it moving.
What?
That was good. I like that one.
I like Prince better. How many instruments does Michael Jackson play? Okay, never mind. Let's keep moving. So let's keep it moving. Prince is better. Anyway, my point.
So Mike is better.
Say what?
So Mike is so much better than Prince. Mike is so much better than Prince that we shouldn't even compare the two. Period.
Mike was marketed better. Mike was marketed better.
No, Michael Jackson is in the class.
Better. Who is the better musician? Mike was marketed better. He's been marketed since he was a child.
I know. I hear you.
He was
but
marketed.
Evergreen G saying it 20 times doesn't make it right. Right? We got to come with facts. We got to bring some facts.
What was incorrect about what I said? Michael Jackson was marketed better as a child. Yes, but he is not a better musician.
Who sold more albums?
With marketing sells albums. So sure,
no.
Jackson does.
People go buy music. they
it's
spend the
marketed
money
properly.
on it.
If it's marketed properly.
Gentlemen, are we really doing this?
Kev,
He's doing it.
he's trying to
doing
tell
it.
me.
I'm trying to move
Are
on
we
this.
really doing
He's
this?
trying to tell me the company that legit invented Bugs Bunny could not market Prince. You're telling me the company that invented Bugs Bunny could not market Prince. Dude, this is crazy.
Hey man, he had to use a symbol. You know, to I don't know why he used the symbol. What
He used
Evergreen?
He used the symbol because he changed his name and they were still trying to go after him. So he used the symbol as his name.
Okay.
And that's what helped
he changed his
him.
name because he was in a bad contract.
Right.
He
that
signed
was part
a
of it.
terrible contract.
And the symbol,
And when he went to renegotiate, they wouldn't renegotiate with him. So he wanted to change his name in order to perform and get more music out, right? But they counted him there. So instead, first he wrote slave on his face. Remember that? Remember
that? Yes.
And then he changed his name to a symbol, right? Which was a person playing a instrument, right? And then he changed his name to the symbol, right? And I'm not knocking Prince because I love Prince, right? But what I'm saying is let's not put him in the category of an Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think about the greatest entertainers of all time, you think your Elvis Presley's, your Michael Jackson. You don't think Prince. Prince was a great musician, but what I'm saying is he's not Michael Jackson, bro.
I didn't say he was. I said he's a better musician than Michael Jackson, is what I said.
Okay. All right.
That's what I said. Anyway, now let's get back to your false equivalency.
That's like saying who's better, New Edition or Kool in the Gang, right? People are like, well, Kool in the Gang played instruments. I know they were a band. I know Kool in the Gang. I know them, right? But I mean, New Edition was legit, bro. They were just a couple singers, but they were entertainers, right?
Yeah.
Evergreen, what I'm saying is this, man. You can't take stuff for granted, bro. You can't. You can't take stuff for granted.
I'm trying to get to that. I'm trying to get to that, but you keep pulling me back into this music analogy. I'm trying to. Every time I get to the music analogy, you go back to Kool in the Gang and Barbra Streisand.
Hey.
I'm trying to.
Evergreen team.
Listen.
Celebrate good times. Come on. Celebrate good times. Come on.
Right. And this is my point. This is my point. You mentioned striking while the iron is hot when the opportunity meets, right? When was the iron hot for us to be able to get something strong here to assist with us? All that happened was the trade deadline opened. No one was saying, get me out of here and send me to the Knicks. No one was saying, I will take these 4 players and give you this superstar. No one was saying, I would take these first-round draft picks and these few players and give you a superstar. None of that was there, right? So the opportunity, while the event of the trade deadline happened, the opportunity for us to get a player like a Bradley Beal wasn't there because they obviously still had that player on their team. On top of that, it probably was fiscally and feasibly irresponsible for us to make a trade like that with the intent that it was going to, financially destroy us for the next few years, like all of the trades that we've made in the last 20 years have done to us, right? Obviously, specifically the Carmelo trade, but the KP trade was the first time that we actually were able to, while it was shocking, we were able to see a light at the end of the tunnel. So my point is we can talk all about striking while the iron is hot, and we didn't make any moves in the trade deadline, and we could talk all about that, but that doesn't mean that the opportunity was there. The event just happened. That was it.
Right.
The event just happened. The event opened up. There was nothing there that financially and fiscally made sense for us to make, right? Because again, this is even when you trade for a player, you're kind of like lotterying back over with chemistry. You don't know if that player is going to get here and he's going to be an ultimate success. There's only few players like that in the league. You don't know if a player is going to get here and he's going to pop right away. You don't know if the fans are going to like him. You don't know if the other teammates are going to like him. You don't know if he's going to have that. You don't know that. So making a trade is a gamble in itself. So rather than go out and gamble with something, I can look and say, you know what? This team has been successful, right? This team has been successful with the squad that we've renovated over this last season, based off of the cap space that we had, based off of signings that we made and the money management. The team has a glimmer of success without jumping into those bad moves. Why would I go in and trade that chemistry for something new that we're unsure of is going to pop?
Hey,
There's
somebody
only
in
few
the
players
chat
in the
said,
league. Last part. There's only few players in the league that go to new teams, and regardless of what teams they go to, they improve the team automatically. You can probably name, out of 300 players, you can probably only name 10 of them. LeBron James, Chris Paul, who else? Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis. Who else? Name me players that when they go there, that team got astronomically better.
Bro.
There's only a few of them. We have yet to see anything else, right? So again,
Evergreen, they saying that you want that smoke.
The gamble.
They saying that you want the smoke. You see it right down the screen? Freezie, stop distracting. Evergreen G wants that smoke. You want smoke, bro? I know you don't want it with me because you don't want to lose on that. I'm saying they must say you want some smoke with somebody else in the chat. You know what? I got somebody. I'm gonna call in the reinforcements. Bam! How about that? What's good, Hoodie Kev?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Hoodie Kev, it's an honor. Hoodie Kev trying to act like he cool. You ain't cool.
Hoodie Kev is in the building.
Hoodie Kev look like Blade in a pickup truck.
Look like something. Yeah, looks like he's frozen. Looks like he's frozen because he's got that look.
Emma?
Hey, Wood said
not anymore.
Legit just said, "Scared money don't make money." Evergreen.
Look. All right. Let's dispel this.
Is your money scared? Is your money scared?
No.
Wow.
I'm gonna dispel this idea, because the people that talk about scared money don't make no money, those are the people that are financially irresponsible. Period. When you save up enough money, you put money to the side to use as money that you are willing to lose, right? But if you are broke, if you are dead broke, you don't take money that you don't have and invest it into something that's a gamble. You don't do that. That's why and I'm gonna go on some economic stuff right now. That's why our people right now are economically irresponsible. But we're not gonna go deep into that. I'm just telling you that this notion of scared money don't make no money, that notion comes from hustlers that don't know how to manipulate the market. Period. Hustlers that's been talking all these years, oh yeah, I'm gonna take this money and I'm gonna use this money, I'm gonna flip it and try to double it back, and then all of a sudden they get robbed and now they broke. When they could have saved up some money and then used a couple stacks, and if they got robbed, it's okay because they still all right. Scared money don't make no money, but it only doesn't make money for people that's broke. All right. Right now, we have money. We have options. What we've invested in and used our money for is this coaching staff. That's what we really invested into. The cap is the cap, and you can use the cap how you feel free to. But again, it's a mutual party, so two things need to happen. It's got to come from one end, which is another team, and it's got to come from us, which is a trade, and it's got to go on both ends. It's not like I can just, this is not NBA 2K when I can push the fantasy draft, or I can just go in and hit X and check to see if the player trade goes through, and if it doesn't go through, I can go back in and change the option and hopefully it'll go through. This is not that. This is all basketball minds that are all thinking the same way. How do I win? This is not a computer.
No, what I was going to say, I'm agreeing, and that's what I was trying to explain to like Uncle Fulio and a whole bunch of these other Knicks fans. You can't just, I know you have all this money, but you just can't spend it on nothing. And that's what I think people really want to do, is just spend it on players and everything. You have to spend it in a matter of A, making your team better, and B, if it makes sense, if it helps us win. Now in the off season, the management can get all the smoke that they're gonna get from us if nothing is done. They can get all that, and they get players that is like really is that pushing the needle. Go ahead, Evergreen.
Last point, Hoodie Cab. This is my last point. This is not directed at you. I just want to get this off before I back out again. Lord, this is not at you. I just want to say this before I get off, back off.
Nah, man.
Let's make this make sense. I'm not leaving. I'm still here, but let's make this make sense. Would you rather spend your $14 million on
the ghetto intellect was good?
Keep going, Evergreen.
Would you rather spend your $14 million on a potential, right, that is not guaranteed for success, or would you rather hold on to that $14 million and give that $14 million to the players that do success, knowing that they're going to play harder for you because they feel appreciated that you didn't squander that money? I'm doing the second one. I'm not going to give $14 million away to a new player that's got to come and develop new chemistry, right? Who is not guaranteed to play minutes under this new coach, who's not guaranteed to be successful. I would much rather keep that $14 million and say, you know what, Emmanuel, quickly, you did some good for us. You deserve it. Let's spread this $14 million out. Let's give this extra $1 million out each to the 15 players that we got on the team. Here you go. And let them say, you know what, they value us. Now let's go out and play harder for them next season. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Unless you're getting a bona fide guy that you know that's guaranteed to come here and show out, which is why I was capping for Andre Drummond this whole time. Unless you're getting a bona fide guy that's going to do that, I wasn't willing to make trades. The only people that I was willing to get was Lonzo Ball and Andre Drummond, and neither of that happened. So I'm still happy with the success that we built over this one season.
Evergreen. Okay. All right. Yeah, well, okay. All right.
Can I say something to those points? One, you are absolutely wrong.
Oh,
so many fronts.
What else is new?
I mean, if I could disagree any harder, I would.
Thank you, Hoodie Cab.
Because what man is paying their money to come see Kenny Payne?
And
who
Reggie
is
Bullock.
paying their money to go see Johnny Bryant? Anybody coming to pay their money to see the coaching staff? How you sit there and say, we put into the coaching staff, but we're not putting into the team? What kind of message is that? Who's coming to see the coaches? Nobody.
I don't care about who cut. I don't care about who's seeing stuff.
Invest.
I care about whether
You
the team is
invest
winning or not.
in the people on the court. That's who you invest in, the people on the court. You invest in the coaching staff.
Does the salary cap pay for the coaches?
You have an excess of money under the salary cap. You have the ability to splurge a little bit. But no.
Does the salary cap pay for the coaches?
I'm going to say something that's an unpopular idea. But it's the truth.
There's a reason for that.
If you sit back and you think about it, Leon Rose took the same exact approach that Steve Mills took.
Are you crazy?
I have all this money. But guess what? I said I was going to go out and get stars. I hope we all these stars. But guess what? I'm going to go bargain shopping. So instead of getting Marcus Morris, I can go out and get Alec Burks. I can go out and get
You have got to get over this. You've got to get over this. You've got to get over this Alex Burks, Reggie Bullock hate, man. You've got to get over it.
It's not hate, but listen to I just said if you listen,
listen
to the actual thing that he did, It's regardless of who he got, it's the same thing. He went out there and signed a bunch of 1-year proven veteran journeyman deals.
Right.
And the only thing is he just got a different result. But it's the same concept. The same exact concept.
Hey, Kev, you don't get to. You don't get to.
8 power forwards, you got 8 guards.
You don't get to say, but the results were different. The results are everything. This is a results-oriented business. The wins are up.
Yeah.
The team is better than it was last year. So you don't get to put similes where the results are different. That's not how quantitative analysis works.
Is the concept the same? That's
You're
all I'm
just
asking.
emotional right now, actually.
No, I don't know.
Listen, is the concept the same that what Leon Rose did to what Steve Mills did his last year? Is the concept of what they did the exact same?
No, because you don't have enough data.
No.
There's not enough data to compare the two. You've seen Steve Mills make the same move year after year after year after year after year. You've only let me finish. Let me finish. This is not Knicks at Night where you bully people. We had this conversation. I didn't finish. I didn't finish. I did not 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 finish.
I want to finish.
Yes, you was. The floor was mine, Kev. I told you that you cannot do that. And then I said you had 1 year Rose. So you're trying to say that it's the same, that 1 year is the same of year after year Mills. No, you got to wait for a couple. You're too early on that analysis. You could never quantify that. You could never prove it.
On top of that, here's what he's doing. He's trying to compare. He's trying to compare.
Somebody's in the matrix.
He's trying to compare Mike Woodson's. He's trying to compare Steve Mills' last year to Leon Rose's first year, right? Which is fine. Let him do that. Let's go forth with it, right? So Steve Mills on that last year, he signed who? He signed Marcus Morris, Bobby Portis, right? Who else did he sign? Taj Gibson, right? Who else did he sign?
Kenny Wooten.
Did he sign?
Yes.
Technically he did, and they let him go. Yep. So yeah, we'll say Kenny Wooten, right? So let's and who else? And he signed Reggie Bullock too, right? So let's go with it, right? Is Reggie Bullock last season better than this season? No.
This season's better.
Hold on.
He was hurt last
year,
though.
Let me finish.
He was hurt last year a
right.
little bit, though.
Regardless, because this is what he just did. He just said regardless, it's the same, right? He's doing it the same. So is Reggie Bullock better this season or last season? I would definitely say this season. Is who's the replacement for Bobby Portis?
And
or say that's Nerlens Noel? Is Nerlens Noel better than Bobby Portis this season? I would say so, right? Is Alec Burke better than Marcus Morris this season? Because I would say that's the replacement. Is Alec Burke better than Bobby Portis? Marcus Morris this season? I would say so. Now, the only outlier that you got is Elfrid Payton.
No. But here's the thing about this is this.
We signed players, right? We signed players. You just said we signed. Steve Mills did the same exact thing or Leon Rose did the same exact thing that Steve Mills did. And I'm telling you that we signed Bobby Portis to a $13 million contract. We signed Marcus Morris to a $13 million contract. We signed Reggie Bullock to an $8 million contract and then dropped it down to a $5 million contract. Everybody that's on this team right now are all under $5 million or under, and they are producing. Every last one of them are producing. So much so that Elfrid Payton is doing this.
Let's make a couple things clear.
Freezie all casual. Exact numbers that he put up last season.
Let's make
is doing damn near the same numbers that he's doing for last season, right? Almost the same numbers. And they said, you know what? We're not going to keep you here for $8 million. We're going to drop you down to $4 million. And he's still producing. So this notion that Leon Rose is doing the same thing that Steve Mills is doing is simply incorrect.
It is incorrect
It's a cop
in
out.
every facet.
It's a cop out.
Cop out, and it's an excuse.
And you came in guns blazing with that take too. You couldn't have been
Because
more wrong.
Right, like that was
listen,
supposed, like that was
this is
supposed to be the
morning
take that
thing
was
that
going to
people
change
want
the
to just
world.
talk over somebody and not actually hear a point. But people always say you try to be right. The whole thing about listening
I'ma be
is you
quiet.
don't listen because you're so quick. I can't even finish a statement, and yet people want to talk about how Knicks on the drive is so different. Can I finish a statement, and then you can have the floor? I will give you the floor if you let me finish a statement.
Go ahead, brother. You got
Thank you. So
Don't
very
crash
much.
your car.
Hey, Hitty Kev. Hey, Kev. I think you may be onto something a little bit, but I think you may have strayed. Like I think the premise of what you were saying may have had some merit, but what G.I. said, the quantitative analysis does not line up with all the parallels that you tried to draw.
No.
Right? Because the end result is at best unfinished, right? Because the season's not over in Leon Rose's first year, right? So and at very worst, it's way wrong.
Well, so this is what happened, and I'm not talking about the year. And what G.I. did was try to be slick and use all of Steve Mills' years as the undertone in what I was saying. But I never said like all of Steve Mills' years. I said what Steve Mills did when he had cap space, when he had the cap space in his last year, he went out and got a bunch of veteran journeymen on 1-year deals or 1-year option deals or whatever on the cheap, except for probably Bobby Portis. He probably overpaid for Bobby Portis. I got to get over, and you're gonna let me get over. So what he did was
Cornerstone Cav, how are you allowing this Cornerstone Cav?
Allow what, man?
He's loving it. What do you mean allowing it?
How are you? Because for one, the argument made by Evergreen G and by Hoodie Cav, neither makes legitimate sense to what we were already talking about.
Oh no! Evergreens made sense. Evergreens made sense.
Nah, man.
Yeah, man.
What Evergreen G said was at the very end. Evergreen G said, "Take the money that you didn't spend to help players during the season and give it to them as a bonus." That's summarizing everything that Evergreen G said. Instead of going out and spending money on Andre Drummond at $14 million or whatever it is you could have did to go get reinforcements, just don't do nothing.
The problem was that we thought that we were going to have Mitch all season.
Surprise!
Thank you.
Injuries happen.
Injuries happen, but we didn't.
That's why you have a.
You can say the same thing about RJ. You can say the same thing about Randall. You can say the same thing about. We didn't know. We didn't know. This management wants to give this group. They want to give this group a chance. They want to give this group a chance.
I don't know
to advance in the playoffs.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
They said this management said, you know what, you guys earned the right.
This thing sounds crazy to me.
You guys have earned the right. You guys have earned the right to go through the
earn the right. Chad, they 24 and 24. What are you talking about?
But they won 24. They won 24 and 24 3 days ago at the trade deadline.
I don't know.
They had a 3-game winning.
No. That's a better question, Kev. Spend the money on who? Spend the money on who? I'm cool.
I have a name. I have a name.
I mean, in all honesty, Evergreen.
I'm cool with spending the money.
Yeah,
I have a name.
I have a name too, and we're probably going to agree on the same thing. We're probably going to agree on the same thing. I was going to say Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo
Ball. No, I was giving you.
Money on Lonzo Ball. Did Lonzo Ball want to come here?
Yes, he does.
Hold on.
Yes, he has 2 places he wants to go.
Okay, he wants to come here.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Did this guy just ask me? With a straight face if Lonzo Ball wanted to come here? In a trade, bro. In a trade. Your rights are traded. You're a commodity at this point. At this point, you're a commodity. Now in free agency, if you don't want to come here, that's one thing. But when you're already under contract, you don't call the shots. Alonzo Ball. Come on, y'all. Come on, Evergreen. We gotta do better than that.
No, but what I'm saying
before.
Go ahead, Evergreen. Go ahead.
Before I was rudely interrupted, I wanted to make
that wasn't rudely because when I was trying to say my name, you was cutting me off. When I said I have a name, you said, okay, you got a name? And I was like, I have a name. I was trying to get to it. You like, you have a name? You have a name? You have a name? And so I was like, let me just ISO for a second so I can get my point in so we can come back.
Got you.
Hey, we don't like the ISO in New York City.
So there was two questions.
We like to share the ball.
There were two questions here. The first question was, did Lonzo Ball want to come here? Right? Which obvious answer was yes. The second question was New Orleans willing to trade with us because they saw assets that we had that they wanted?
Right.
Because if that was the case, then he would be here, and we would have spent the extra money with that $14 million that he's got. Bottom line is, it didn't happen. So when I'm talking about options, I'm talking about who is available for us to just spend money on without us making a trade, i.e., who was in the buyout market that was going to be able to act, who was going to be able to contribute to this team right now.
Hey, Hoodie Cab, did you see how I set up the Venus flytrap just now? See how I set the trap? And you see how Evergreen G just walks into the trap? He smelled. Let's
go.
Yeah, yo. So he smelled the fine fragrances of the flower and dove head first into the flower. That's really a Venus flytrap, right? It's a case of the flower eating the bugs versus the bugs eating the flowers. So here's the
Freezie
thing.
always goes on the diatribe.
No, here it is. Here's the thing. The 14 mil in that deal will not be spent on Lonzo Ball. That's where the trap is. The 14 mil would have been spent on Eric Bledsoe's bad contract that they have been desperately looking to get rid of. Right? So we take on Eric Bledsoe's terrible contract, we get Lonzo Ball, and we shoot them Detroit second round pick. So not only do we get Lonzo, but we get veteran point guard depth in Eric Bledsoe's terrible.
They wanted Dallas's pick.
Well, hey man,
you needed.
Say it again, Cornerstone.
You needed Dallas's pick.
So what?
Oh, okay. And you're willing to give up Dallas's pick for Lonzo Ball? Again,
yes.
This is where it's got see, and this is where it's got to be something mutual. If it benefits us in the long run, it's got to be mutual. And for whatever reason,
Evergreen G, how'd your point guard look last night? Evergreen G, how'd your point guard look last night?
Oh, he was garbage.
He's terrible. And we legit sit here. Yes. Yo, your starting point guard.
Who's my point guard?
Elfrid Payton.
Oh, he ain't my point guard. I don't want.
Oh no, he's your point guard. Because you're a Knicks fan. He's your point guard. He legit turned the ball over. He came in. We had an 8-point lead with 7 minutes to go, and he turned the ball over, looking at the other team's basket. He was legit with the basket. Everybody, 9 people are facing this way. He is looking at the other basket and gets ripped by Anthony Edwards. And then they go on a 10-7 run, and they wind up taking the lead from us.
He ain't my point guard.
Serious right now. Oh yeah, he's your point guard because you're a Knicks fan, and he plays for the Knicks, right? Because you legit said, "Oh, Lonzo is on what's the game?" All that stuff you just said, right? That was a bad Evergreen G.
Wait, what did I say? What did I say?
It was a bad Evergreen G imitation. I'm sorry to Evergreen G. But your point guard looked terrible last night. And to validate your point, you were going to say that another point guard would not have done better last night, is what you're saying.
No, that's not what I was going to say. That's not what I was going to say.
That is what you're saying.
I was going to say.
No, what you're saying is rock with this point guard, wait till the end of the season, and reward him with the money that we didn't spend. That's exactly what you're saying.
Well, would Elfrid Payton be here on the end of the season because his contract is technically up, right?
No.
So he wouldn't be here. He wouldn't be one of the people that you spread that money to.
No, he won't become a free agent until the beginning of the next league year. So the salary cap money and Elfrid Payton are on the books at the same time. So you're saying
Fair
that whack dude that was looking 70 foot in the wrong direction, that gave up the turnover, that led to the other team going on a run, you're going to give him $1 million for still being here at the end of the season.
I'm going to say,
and that outfit that you have on is immaculate.
No, I appreciate y'all, man. You're too kind. Hey, listen. In other news, to break this up, because I came here to see this. Evergreen, Freezie wanted that smoke. I think Freezie's been wanting this smoke from you, and so I want to see you on your bed. He tried to bring Hoodie Kev up. Nah.
Because he won't give me no beats.
This Freezie smoke right here. But let me do a little commercial break and let y'all get back at it. First commercial break. The Mets signed Lindor $334 million. The Wilpons are gone. Steve Cohen and the bag is here, baby. The Mets are players. Watch your free agent. If you got free agents, you better sign them or we will. Soon as the league get off our body and let us spend this money, your team's in trouble. The second part is shout out to oh my goodness, I'm drawing blank. Shout out to Roy Williams.
You ain't said nothing but a word, G.I. You ain't said nothing but a word.
Well, hold on.
You the little brother. Yankees, baby. Yankees, baby. This is Yankees sound. This is the Bronx Bombers.
Hey, in case you didn't know, tonight's game against the Nationals has been postponed for the COVID protocol.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Breaking news just now.
Oh no, we're not having an opening day.
Right, it's been postponed because of COVID.
But you know what? Since it's opening day, we might still go with I don't think we'll play with the rotation. Hopefully, they don't take the ball out of. But DeGrom is serious about starting opening day.
No, he hadn't pitched, so they'll probably just bump both starters back one day.
Hey, G.I.
No, we didn't ask for no Yankee stuff. We just wanted to give them
all
you
do not want none of this smoke. You don't want none of this New York Bronx Bombers smoke.
Why would a team with like 30 championships get their backup over a team talking about spending some money?
Right.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's strange, right? Yeah. Hey, but hey, so Evergreen, are you a Yankee fan too? I'm asking because I don't know.
Oh, one more. Shout out to Roy Williams. He's retired. Yeah, time to get some. Hey, Chapel Hill. Hey, Tobacco Road. Time to get some diversity down there. Come on now. Got some great players come out of there. That's great coaches.
That's right.
Time to get some diversity down there in that major blue blood university. Right. All right, I'm shutting up, guys. Get back at it.
So my point the point I was making to Evergreen G and Cornerstone Kev, to me that approach, it just doesn't make sense. You're gonna reward a whack roster with $1 million? That's crazy. Go out and sign a guy, bring in some help, bring in reinforcements. Right?
Well, who? We're asking. Evergreen has asked this question. Who do you want to blame?
You could have spent that money on Andre Drummond. You could have spent that money on Andre Drummond.
I am disappointed that Andre Drummond didn't pick us. I am.
Yeah, exactly.
I am disappointed.
Exactly.
So I if there's anybody that's going to jump down the rabbit hole and agree with you there, I am, because I've been from the moment this season started. And Cleveland came out and said that they were going to do what they intended on with Andre Drummond. I was the first person with the pom-poms saying, "Get
you and I were on." I don't know if you remember this, but you and I were on Nothing But This together with Sim, right? It was like 9 people in the chat, and you and I agreed that the Knicks should do a trade with Detroit to get Andre Drummond. You remember that?
No. It wasn't me. No, you can't. No.
You sure?
It
Sure
wasn't me.
seems like it was
The
you.
reason
It must
reason
have been Evergreen Seed that was there.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. The reason it wasn't me is because Andre Drummond was on a $28 million a year contract.
Right.
And I did not want to bring in $28 million a year and mess up the money that we had on that player. But I was willing to take him in the buyout.
Are you serious?
That was me. I'm just telling you what my rationale was then and why it wasn't
But
me.
you spent $28 million on Bobby Portis and Marcus Morris.
Yes. I'm just telling you what my rationale was.
So you would rather have Bobby Portis and Marcus Morris over Andre
I'm not
Drummond?
saying that what I said then was legit. I'm just telling you what my thought process was, and I'm
He's
explaining
holding
to
the
you
L,
that I
Freezie.
wasn't
He's
the guy.
forcing the L. You're making him eat the L for breakfast. He ate the L already.
All I'm saying, yes, that's what I'm saying. Like I wasn't that guy. I was saying, yo, I don't want Andre Drummond right now. He's an amazing player, but I don't want $28 million. And you talking about trading for him, but again, when you trade for somebody, it's got to be two parties that do it. So nonetheless, when Cleveland traded for him, and Cleveland said that they was going to get rid of him or they were going to bench him, I said, holy shit, that means he's going to go into the buyout market or he's going to go for the cheap. I want him because he's for the cheap. That's my thinking now, and it's been my thinking. But as far as making a trade for a guy, which means giving up assets who had no real value last season, that means you were going to give up a whole bunch.
You could have gave him Frank.
$28 million to do
so. Hey.
No, you could have gave him Frank. You could have gave him Frank.
My position.
They wouldn't have took just Frank for Andre Drummond. Cut it out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what Freezie does. That's what
I know.
Freezie does.
I know. He be trying to set it up. He trying to set it up.
Sound like y'all back.
I want somebody to realistically give Uncle Freezie that smoke. I want someone to call him out on anything.
He'll start telling some story and put everybody to sleep. But anyway,
right. He'll start talking
about
he's talking about when he did security for Bell Biv DeVoe in Romania.
So here's why I wanted Drummond.
Did I tell y'all my Patra story?
Oh no. Hold on. Let me
get it off.
Let me get my analysis out in case my client calls. I got to get running out the door. Here's why I wanted Drummond. I wanted Drummond because Knicks fans, the ones that love Mitch, and say he's untradeable, turn around and say, yeah, because we're going to re-sign him for 12 to 15 million. And it's just unreasonable. I know the day is going to come when it's time for Mitch to get paid, and Knicks fans are going to be like, they gave him what?
Right.
Because they're not going to have a choice. So at least with Drummond, they can complain about things. What they can't complain about will be his output on the court. And then and Tibbs loves to play half court. So there you go. Now you got Randall, Drummond, and RJ. You really got your three. Now you got to go find shooters. You got to do whatever you can. I mean, you got to have 6 3-point specialists around Drummond, RJ, and Randall. So that and then you could take Mitch and those 2 draft picks this offseason. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You could walk around the whole NBA with Mitch and 2 first-round draft picks.
Yes.
And almost take any player you want.
Yes.
From another team. That was my position.
Or move up in the draft. Can you
or move up.
Can you imagine the player you could get with a Mitchell Robinson, a Frank Ntilikina, and 2 draft picks? Can you imagine what you could get with that?
You can imagine all you want. You can imagine all you want. But at the end of the day, even a trade is a lottery. Even a trade is a lottery because the other team has to accept it. It sounds like good options for us because we watch them every day. But another team may not see the value in Mitchell Robinson, may not see the value in Frank Ntilikina.
Understand
right?
me.
So it again, this is all based off of theory. My point is, I'm talking about this 14 million, and let's be true and exact. Who was out there that we can get that we can just sign out right now with that 14 million without making without the possible hypothetical trades.
In fairness, Evergreen, our conversation was we can go and take cap space off another team with that 14 million to get the guy we want. We weren't talking about the fact that we're just going to use that money and get somebody. We were hoping another team would trade with us because they knew we didn't have to match. They could take back 14 million less in salary and be bigger players.
Right.
That was our game plan. That's what we've been discussing on the channel the whole time.
Right. That's what I mean.
There's a key word you said, Gi. There's a key word you said. You said hoping. That key word changes everything, my brother. It changes everything. I'm talking about what's guaranteed, not a hope, not a prayer. We're not talking about a Bon Jovi hit. We're talking about what I can do with it right now. No ifs, ands, buts, or guarantees. And the only thing that's stopping me from doing it is whether the player himself accepts it. And if he's in a buyout market and you throw him $14 million, chances are he's like, you know what? I think I want to stay in this league. I'm going to take that $14 million for the rest of this half of the season, right? So I'm talking about what is more guaranteed and hoping that a team is going to give up one of their prized assets in a bad contract that we can waste the $14 million on is not guaranteed. It's just
what was Bledsoe's contract? What was Bledsoe's contract?
I don't
Is
know.
he up about 23?
Freezie when I brought that up. I don't know what his
He might be getting about 20. I'm assuming I'm going back to his age and what was the overpayment at that time? He might be making about 23.
So we would have had to. So Evergreen, with you talking about that 14 mil, we would have to have added a lot more to meet that contract. Then, correct?
Right, and on top of that, regarding that, even if we was to make that trade, New Orleans, if I'm correct about this, New Orleans still has Lonzo's bird rights. So even if we make that trade, they can still double down and take the offer if we offer him a contract next season.
Right. Delano Steele said
that's
19.
hoping that he would make the buyout market.
Right.
Delano
Steele said 19 million.
It's 37 mil over the next 2 years. New Orleans. New Orleans is going to be over the cap in a COVID situation. They already don't make money, right? They already
even with the number one draft pick, they don't make money.
Even with the number one draft, they don't make money. That's the reason why when you negotiate with New Orleans, it's on the Knicks terms and not on the Pelicans terms, right? You say, hey, give us Lonzo Ball, Eric Bledsoe, and a first-round pick, and we're gonna give you Frank Ntilikina and another aspiring contract, and maybe a future first-round pick down the road.
Yeah, but you know who's the GM? I mean, who's the president over there?
Yeah, David Griffin.
Yeah, David Griffin. Yeah, Griff would have manipulated that. He would have. He made it.
So you know what else they got, Cam? Since he would have manipulated, right? Think about this. Think about this, right? So right now, Eric Bledsoe is making $16.8 million, and they're over the cap. So after this year, they have 2 more years of $37 million with a point guard that's going to be 33 and 34 years old to a small market team that's already over the cap, right? Them acquiring Steven Adams put them over the cap, right? And so now they're in a situation where in 2 seasons they have to re-sign in the same situation we were in with RJ Barrett. In 2 seasons, we have to start looking at rookie max extensions with Zion and RJ Barrett in 2 seasons after this, right? Where's the money coming from? Are you going to keep Eric Bledsoe and let Zion walk? Are you serious?
Zion might, honestly, Zion might not want to stay in New Orleans,
bro. So why wouldn't Zion? Why would it be good for Zion? Like, we can explore that conversation with Zion, but we can't explore it with Lonzo.
Did you seriously just compare?
If Zion doesn't want to stay, what makes you think that Lonzo wants to stay?
Here's the thing about players staying.
Didn't you just earlier say that it's not about what they
What's
want?
up, Ron?
It's not about what the players want. They're commodity, right? So why isn't that situation applicable here and now?
Because we're talking about free agency. And we're
Plus,
we run
certain
so much
players have
space.
cachet.
Right.
There's the top 6% of the NBA has cachet. They go where they want to go. Anybody else then don't have that. They know it. There's politics in the NBA. But here's the thing about players leaving after their first contract, especially Zion, because I'm assuming he's going to be Supermax eligible after his first contract at the rate he's going, right? You talk about giving up 20% to just walk away.
Right.
20% is a lot.
It's a lot of money, bro.
20% is a lot. I don't see players walking away from their bird rights. I don't see, unless you get to LeBron's level when he did it, and then but look at him, he was calculated, you know, AD, you know, but these guys, they made all their money back. KD, Kyrie, couple of them did it, but I don't think Zion's gonna do it at his age. He'll realize I can make it back later. But I don't see him walking away from that first 20% bump, especially if it's Superman.
Right. Especially the first, especially the Supermax extension. I mean, the rookie max extension. Now, when it comes to the veteran Supermax extension, when he's got between 7 and 9 years, he may look to walk away from 20% because the money is so significantly more that hey, what's up, Ron?
What's going on with you?
Ain't nothing to it. So here's the thing. Ron, I don't know if you heard, but Evergreen G just told me the most craziest idea that I think I heard in like a month.
You better fight back, Evergreen G. You better fight back.
I am. I'm gonna let him get his funky off.
And it's because listen, the reason why it's not absurd, but fringy is that Evergreen G is a free thinker and he thinks outside the box, and I don't blame him for that. I welcome that.
So what was it? What was the statement?
He said
can I tell him my statement?
No.
Can I tell Ron my statement?
So see, he said,
I'm gonna show you what
he said the Knicks
I'm
can't
gonna
do
tell you
nothing
what
to trade line because they want to give the money to the players.
See.
They ain't make them. They didn't trade for Lonzo Ball because they want to give the money left in the cap for the players split 15 ways. They legit want to give that money to Jared Harper, who ain't did nothing all year. They want to give Frank Ntilikina $1 million bonus.
Hey, Ron, let me tell you what Freezie is.
What's going on, Evergreen?
Freezie is a master. What's going on? Listen, Freezie is a master of deception
of manipulation.
Hey, dude called me Eric Bischoff.
By the way, Derek Harper was all.
He's like the Vince McMahon.
My God.
Bro.
By the way,
let me
Derek Harper was all G League. Don't do that to little homie. He was all G League, baby. G League
He deserve $1 million. He deserve $1 million.
Hey,
all right.
Hey, man.
Ron, let me tell you what I said, and I want you to tell me if this is rational, right? What I said was spending the $14 million on a player that may not get minutes, that will be an asset, nonetheless, but may not necessarily contribute to the team. Signing and using the $14 million, right, is not a guarantee that player is going to produce after a trade. There's no guarantee. So rather than mess up the continuity and the camaraderie that you have in the team by adding in another player who is not necessarily guaranteed to produce on this team, I value the camaraderie of this team. I value that. So I would rather not spend the money on a year where we've made leaps and bounds in comparison to last season. I would much rather just hold on to that money rather than break up this continuity and give it to the players on our team, right? I didn't say just give it to the players on the team and not spend it, because there's only a few players in the league that you know that regardless of what team they go to, they are going to produce and they are going to give us something. And the money that we spend on this said player is only going to be up until this season, and it's going to be done. And we're not going to necessarily have that season. Why? Because it's a buyout market. So rather than spend the money, give the money to the players on the team and say, yo, you guys actually did something this season, because we only had 21 seasons out of it, out of 66 games, or 21 games out of 66 last season. You guys only made 21. And now with this new team and this new coaching staff, you guys actually produce. Here you go, 14, 15 players on the league. You guys get extra on the team. extra 900,000. Right now, when you end up re-signing those players because we only have 6 left on contract, when you end up re-signing those players, they're thinking, you know what? I see the value that this team has. I see the value that the front office sees in me, and that's likely to make these players want to play harder, right? So that was my premise. It wasn't to say don't spend the money at all. If the opportunity was there to where we can get it and still be fiscally and financially responsible, then do so. But that doesn't necessarily make the case because we know that not every player that gets traded produces. So my question to Freezie was, what players did you see that was on the market that was willing to trade with us, that we were willing to trade with, and was willing to come here? And he gave me Lonzo Ball, which I'm cool with that because we know
No, I
Lonzo
said
Ball
Eric Bledsoe, and I said Eric Bledsoe.
He's
and
no.
Whoa. Hey, yeah, Freeze.
Master of deception. He said,
Freeze, you did say you agreed with me because we were both talking about it. Yeah.
But I also said it was a Venus
Bledsoe
flytrap.
to take on the contract.
He fell into the
but
trap.
to
I also
trade,
said
that's
that,
what
right?
he said. He said
How the
Bledsoe
trade works.
Contract.
Right. That's how you get Lonzo.
Go ahead, explain your trade, Freezie. Explain your trade so we can get this out open. Explain your trade.
Okay, so to get this out in the open, I disagree with sitting on money and not signing 2 players, keeping 2 empty roster spots, running Julius Randle and RJ Barrett into the ground, playing them 43 minutes a game, when you can bring in some type of reinforcement for them, right? And you could have also helped them by trading for Lonzo Ball, by taking on Eric Bledsoe's contract and getting a first-round pick from the Pelicans, by giving them expiring contracts of equal value. So not only do they get rid of Bledsoe's contract, they clear cap space in general. And we get Lonzo Ball, Eric Bledsoe for this year and 2 more years, and a first-round pick from the New Orleans Pelicans. And who loses in that scenario? Because last night, if you played any ounce of basketball in your whole life, you know that turnover that Elfrid Payton gave up last night deflated the whole team. He is looking at a basket that's 70 feet away, and 9 other people are facing the right direction. He gets ripped. Anthony Edwards goes in for a slam dunk, and we lose the game 7 minutes later.
The biggest mistake he made on that play, and you taught this, you don't turn your back to the defense.
Run. And then when the guy ripped him, when the guy stole the ball from him, guess what he did?
No effort to get back. He should have been at breakneck speed trying to stop that guy.
Right. But Evergreen G just said, pay that man $1 million at the end of the season and not pick up another player to replace him.
Well, I can tell you right now, there's only a few players on this team that deserve a bonus. I'm not giving that 9 to Kevin Knox and these guys that ain't got on the floor. I mean, production is everything, and these guys ain't producing, man. You don't reward people who man. That you don't get a bonus for not performing. And I'll tell you this. I got this. This is the first time I really gonna go on record going to the office. Well, I started last night. And your thinking is a lot like mine. It is front office malpractice to sit. I'll say it again. It is front office malpractice to sit with a roster spot open for the whole season. You telling your team we're gonna play against these teams. Guess what? We're gonna be a man down, because that's basically what that money that's been sitting all year.
Right.
That's a player down.
Right.
That's not on this roster, and you needed that player. And I hear you talking about, but you know, camaraderie. I've been in that uniform you got on, so I know all about camaraderie.
Right.
But the thing is, the minute Mitchell Robinson went down, that's when they should have went and did everything they could to get Drummond or somebody. Even if you don't get Drummond, you say, hey, his defense, I don't care for his defense. I understand that. You don't make that move. I can deal with that. But how long Mitch Robinson has been out now? With this broken foot?
Right.
No
A week.
traction still at that center position. And you got Nerlens Noel running around with a broken wing.
Yep.
He's on the mash unit.
And Todd Gibson is wide.
Center, and there's centers out there, and you had a center that you traded for, and you cut him. That Fournier kid.
Yep.
Legit 7-footer. You cut him. So I'm telling you what I'm seeing right now is straight up front office malpractice. Straight up. And I can't defend it. I can't defend it, and I can't defend the players neither, because some of them should have been on the first thing smoking a long time ago. And Bledsoe, I'm glad we didn't make that deal. The more and more I think about it, you know that contract goes up every year?
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not touching Bledsoe. David Griffin doesn't think he got a Go ahead, Evergreen.
All right, so I have to disagree with the notion that once Mitchell Robinson was down, we should have went after Andre Drummond, because he was already en route to LA. He was already signed, though. He was already gone. He was already en route to LA. Like, I got you. But even if you're gonna take that $14 million, and again, you're when you're dealing with the buyout market, you're dealing with whether the player actually wants to go there. There's no guarantee that, what they probably heard, and again, this is speculation. Part of your what you're saying is speculation. We don't know if Andre Drummond wasn't offered a contract, right? We don't know if Andre Drummond said, I don't want to come to the Knicks. I have options. I want to go to the Lakers. We don't know that. Bottom line is, he ain't here right now, right? And I'm
well, we know it's being reported
as well.
That they were cool. The half of the office wasn't cool on him, and the other half wanted him. They were split on him. That's what was being reported. The New York Knicks had heavy interest in him.
Right, and I'm cool with that, right? Like, I wanted him here too, but the bottom line is, just because we didn't get him doesn't mean it was malpractice on that specific item, right? I will say what was malpractice is getting rid of that 7-footer. What his name was, Poirier or whatever his name was. That was malpractice. There's no reason.
Well, and for me, it wasn't just the idea of talking about Drummond being malpractice. The fact is, you didn't go get a center after Mitch went down. That's the part of it that's malpractice. The minute Mitch went down, they're supposed to pivot and got a center. That right there is the malpractice, period.
I got one question. I'm sorry to interrupt. Is the wind isn't an issue here on my end? Is it from outside?
What's going on, Kev?
So I just
Hey, Kev, I'm glad you on there. I got to tell you this, man, and I ain't even making no joke. If Kevin Knox stays on this team and he pops, boy, you're going to get a free jersey from me. You're going to get a home white Kevin Knox jersey. I'm telling you right now, y'all heard it right here, April 1st, and this ain't no April Fools. You know what I mean? I'm being true about that thing. Go ahead, Kev.
No, I'm sorry. I was driving, so I lost signals on the highway. I know how. I don't know if y'all know how highways in North Carolina is. It's just a bunch of trees.
Hey, by the way, how'd your AC make out yesterday?
Well, that's why I'm back here again, because he ran a diagnosis on it yesterday, but today he's actually here to fix it.
Okay.
So I think he has to replace the wire, because I think the wire is frayed.
How did Kev? So first of all, you telling me that you took your car to another man to fix? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my! You're such a diva. Not
That's
diva.
right, Kev.
I'm sorry.
That's right, Kev.
You're such
Listen.
a star.
Some of us are brain. Hey, Kev,
hold on,
some of us are brain and not brawn. We that's why we hire brawn people. I'm with you, Kev.
AC is a whole nother animal, man.
And it's not even AC, it's wiring.
So what,
electrical wiring is something that not everyone can do.
That's right. Hey, Hinton, what's up, baby?
What's good?
Hitting in the building. What's good, brother? How you been?
I'm all right, y'all. How y'all doing? Peace to the chat. What's good? What's good?
And
Yeah, we holding. We holding. That's all we can do.
Last night, that's for
Well, anyway, I wanted to get in on this one because I wanted to get in yesterday when y'all was talking about the plan, right? And the plan is actually obvious if you look at, right? Leon Rose wanted to tank this season. That's why he hasn't gotten any help. That's why he's not spending the $15 million. He wanted to trade Julius Randle in the offseason. Nobody wanted Julius Randle. He drafted Obi Toppin to replace Julius Randle. Tibbs doesn't want to do that. So Julius Randle and Tibbs have ruined Leon Rose's plan. So he left them with nothing to do.
Right. Okay.
So it's just common sense when you're looking at it that, hey, all right, at the trade deadline, he didn't do anything but get us a second round pick. You know, he traded. So in the big picture of things, this is going to his plan. So that's all I wanted to say. And I wanted to get in on that yesterday, you know, going back yesterday, but you can still see it today. So losing to Minnesota should not be a surprise to anybody. If they finish the season in a real bad place, that should not be a surprise to anybody. Like I said, everything is going according to plan. But see, the problem is that for the next 2 years, there's no good free agents. So what is he really doing? And that's my question that I'm still asking.
Not only that, when you think about it, I hear you say, I understood the plan. I saw it. But once said plan changed, when Julius Randle took off and became an all-star,
yes,
RJ stopped performing. Now it's up to you to have a contingency plan.
Mm-hmm.
He should have pivoted and said, okay, well, we ahead of schedule. Now it's time to make some moves. We're sitting on money. We're sitting on draft picks. Them things don't do like Danny Ainge. Shout out to Freezie for this one because this thing will stick in my head, I think, forever. You know what I mean? Freezie said, you don't want to be like Danny Ainge and have all the roses. And then you know what I mean?
I don't know. I agree with that.
Example of that, man. So Leon got to do something, man. He got to do something. I ain't saying do nothing crazy, but when there's an obvious need that needs to be filled, you feel that. And our biggest need, man, that center position, other than the small forward position, because I was feeling like the small forward was our major issue. But once Mitch went down, everything, the direction for me, if I was in the front office, we got to go get a center because Nerlens Noel, as good as he's been playing, is our only true center. You got Taj, almost 40 years old, trying to back him up. Come on, man. It's malpractice to just, okay, I'm going to sit on this $15 million and just hand this money out at the sake of running these guys in the ground.
I agree with you.
And you know, I actually agree with you guys. The problem is, I absolutely think it's a soft tank. Hence why my position was, even before the trade deadline, that the Knicks aren't making the playoffs. I haven't changed that position. Now, I am getting a little afraid that, you know, if we make it another 2 weeks in at least 7th position, and these other teams, I'm looking at the teams behind us. As of before yesterday's game, we were 5-5. 3 teams behind us who have better rosters were 3-7 over that same period. So they're not producing either. I think if we make the playoffs, it's because some other teams had some really, really bad seasons. And I don't know if that bubble, if the summer bubble changed things for them and their bodies aren't, you know, I not playing sports at that level, I don't know what it's like. But what I do think is I do agree with him, and I believe Rose is in a soft tank. And Tibbs is like, tank, I'm gonna win every game, even if I gotta go out with 4 players.
Exactly.
The problem with Tibbs is, though, and I do got to start to recognize that I protected this man, I protected Rose. I got to be a little honest with my fear with Tibbs is the Phil Jackson effect. Phil Jackson knew how to win games. He was successful winning games, won championship, but he wouldn't change his style.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hope Tibbs doesn't run into a brick wall trying to keep his style of play. And I mean, that's why I'm not too concerned about this season per se and pouring a lot of assets into this season. because I want to see what the long-term plans is, and I want to see how it works out with Tibbs as the coach. Whether the long-term talent plan lines up with Tibbs as a coach.
May I say something?
The last thing I got to say, because I got to run. This when you know the plan should have changed. When the New York Knicks hit the 4 spot. When we hit the 4 spot, you in the top 4, top 5. Your plans are coming into the season. Oh, we're not as terrible as I thought we were going to be. The East is not as good as everybody thought it was going to be. To your point, Gi. Every season, if we notice something, every season got a mind of its own. And this season is unbelievable. It is really unbelievable. Look at what Charlotte doing. Every team that was in the playoff hunt pretty much got better. We the only one sat there and didn't do nothing, sat on our hands.
Nothing. We do nothing. And I'm actually angry about that.
In the 7th and 8th and 9th seed, went out and got better. Chicago got better.
Yeah, but Ron, again, I'm gonna reiterate what Evergreen was saying. Who else out there were we supposed to get?
You could have got Norman Powell.
You could have got Norman Powell.
You could have got Norman Powell. You could have got Gary Trent Jr. You could have got all these guys that were traded. You should have been on there.
You could have been. You probably could have got Terrence Ross too.
I'm going to cross out Evan Fournier. I'll go with the other two that Hinton just said.
Evan Fournier is a facilitator that's
I'd rather have Terrence Ross than him. I'd rather have Terrence Ross.
There's a whole bunch of guys that you could have got that you could have even like you didn't even. I don't even think they tapped into the resources the way they could have.
Even Kyle Lowry was on the market too. He was another
exactly.
Can I make a point?
But hey,
and I guess it goes to what I was saying.
I'm gonna holler at y'all, man.
Are you leaving? You gave your point, and now you leaving? Ain't that something?
Hey, Officer Frankie, behave yourself.
hey, Ron.
Love you.
Hey, Ron. Hey, I'm about to get on Frankie so bad. I'm so sorry you're gonna be gone, man. But I'm gonna try to call you later on. I'm gonna try to ring your phone later on.
All right. Hey,
okay.
Yeah, hey, and I forgot the day is Thursday, so I don't do a show on Thursday.
That's right.
I forgot. I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, man.
No, tomorrow good. Hey, tomorrow Good Friday, so I'll call you next week. It's Easter weekend. All
right, man. Appreciate it.
I gotta roll too because I'm actually at work. So.
And what you doing?
I'm peacing out because I'm actually at work too. So I just want to get in a few minutes and say what's up to y'all and put that point in. Just for y'all to think a little bit.
I don't appreciate this. No, don't go nowhere. I don't appreciate that.
I gotta still make my bread, so it is what it is.
All right, boss.
Yeah, I gotta take it easy.
All right.
So I'm about to get in my bag, right? I kind of got a floor. Let me ask y'all a question.
Hold on. Let me set it up for you. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Knicks at Night on In the Morning. He's not only a night guy in his bag. He wakes up, fixes his car, and he blesses you. Ladies and gentlemen, I give the floor to Hoodie Cam.
I greatly appreciate it.
How you wearing a hoodie and you ain't even fixing your own air conditioner, bro?
What? What?
Big dog, come on, man. You ain't fixing your own air conditioner, man. Come on, dog.
If my car needed like Freon or oil change or something like that, I could do it.
And then you said it out loud. And then you said it out loud.
Hey, Kev, I gotta go with him. Next time you go to get your car fixed, you gotta put on a shirt and tie. So you say, I ain't that type of guy. You can't be looking like you ready to get up under a car, but you ain't getting up under one.
Right. I got on a whole look. Do you see what I got on?
You fresh.
Does it look like I'm about to get on the ground or something like this?
Exactly.
This is a limited edition New York Jets pull-up hoodie. Green and white. Most of it is white. I ain't get on the ground.
Kev, you know the reason why the Jets wear green and white?
Huh?
You know the reason why the Jets wear green and white, right?
Because they're all about that money.
No, so they can pretend. So they can pretend like they fell on the ground, right? That's why they wear green and white. So they can pretend like they fell on the ground. Look, we dirty like everybody else. You got on grass stained green. We got on chalk on that. No, dog, y'all trash.
By the way, I want
Get
Kev
him
to
out
have
of here.
I want Kev to have his moment, his rant, because I know it's going to be good. Well, his soliloquy. I shouldn't call it a rant. I apologize.
So
But
here's
Kev,
the
I
thing.
do got to tease you. Since we segued to the Jets real quick, I might as well stay here. Hey, what happened to all them fancy free agents you were signing that you told me about?
Yeah.
We got a bunch of free agents.
Lindor just signed, right? Oh, you mean the other New York team? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You told me you was getting Juju Smith-Schuster. You was getting Bateman.
Kenny Galladay.
And Corey Davis is going to be an underrated receiver.
Oh, now
he almost listen. He missed 2 games and finished the season with 984 yards. And he missed 2 games. And this is a run-heavy offense as the number 2 option.
You know why he's number 2, right?
Huh?
You know why he's number 2, right?
Because they had, he's almost number 2. He was like 1B.
It's ridiculous. So the thing about the Knicks, though, the thing about the Knicks, man, is this: the Knicks had the world. And what Hinton said, I think, is accurate.
Oh, hold on. You didn't let me finish my Knicks. You didn't let me start
he gotta get his rant. Let him get his rant.
All right.
So here's the thing. So y'all ever go to the basketball court with your friends, right? And you know you can play ball, but you came with them and they're your friends. So if you got next, they expect you to pick them up, even though you know they're not that good, but you know ain't not that many other people gonna pick them up. So there's an obligation because you're their friend, and you got next to pick them up on their team. I believe wholeheartedly that's kind of the whole thing that happened between Leon Rose and Tibbs. Right? Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau have been friends for like 30 years.
All right.
So it's kind of like, okay, you're my friend, you're my boy. I know you want to coach. I'm the president. I'm gonna look out for you.
Freezie about to take a nap on you, Kev. You better hurry up.
Yeah.
No. So this is the thing. But here's the thing. Tom Thibodeau, like the GI's point, is almost as big of a con artist as David Fisdale. Tom Thibodeau told all of us that he had changed his ways, that he had learned, and updated to a modern brand of basketball. He spent, time with the Golden State Warriors, learning their schemes, that he wasn't going to be running players into the ground. He is just a changed man in his a year and a half off. So he goes to his friend, like, look, I done changed. I need this job. Because ain't nobody else going to hire me. So Leon Rose, look, you're my dog. I got you. And then he gets a job, and it's like, ha, gotcha, sucker. And then Leon Rose like, oh, you think you got me? You can do the cooking. You can cook all day. But you're going to cook what I want you to cook because I'm buying the groceries. And that's why I said there is a major disconnect between Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau. And it's not public because they don't do things publicly now. But you can tell. And it started with Obi Toppin. Because we can all agree that Obi Toppin is not a Tom Thibodeau guy. There's a scheme because Tom Thibodeau keeps coming out and said, you got to be aggressive in trades and free agency and the draft. You got to be aggressive. And the whole time, Leon Rose ain't did nothing.
Right.
He hasn't been aggressive.
Right.
So you got Tom Thibodeau saying, oh, we're going to win and we're going to be aggressive. But Leon Rose is like, no. Clearly his actions are saying, no, I'm being patient. You want to be aggressive and I'm being patient. That's why there's a disconnect. And it's written all over the wall. But Knicks fans can't see that. Because Knicks fans always bring up the fact, we've been bad for 20 years. We're better than we were last year. And it's like, well, that's true. That's a valid point. But that's just through sheer hard will and determination. It's not because this team is rosters of world beaters. We struggled against the Minnesota Timberwolves. We struggled against the Orlando Magic. We struggled against the Cleveland Cavaliers. But then they want to talk about, we hung in there with Philadelphia. We hung in there with Brooklyn.
We beat Milwaukee opening night.
Huh?
We beat Milwaukee opening night.
We beat a healthy Pacers team. We not talking
Really?
about the Golden State Warriors.
Y'all said y'all beat Milwaukee. Is that
We beat-
that's what we're doing now?
We beat
That's what we're doing now. Yeah, on paper we beat the Milwaukee Bucks.
We beat the
You're right.
Portland Trailblazers.
You are right. You would have had me. Y'all would have had me if y'all didn't just come out y'all mouth and say we beat the Milwaukee Bucks the other night.
Did though, but we did. We did.
We're leading the series 1. We beat them twice.
If you would have said early in the season, that would have been fine.
We did beat the Bucks early in the season.
But when you just came out your mouth and said we beat them the other night.
No, he didn't.
And we
say
all
that. He
know
said,
what version of the Milwaukee Bucks
he
we
didn't
got.
say that. He didn't say that. He said
He did.
I said
He said we beat
opening
the
night.
Milwaukee Bucks the other night.
I said opening night. Opening.
Cat.
I think it's the other night. My apologies.
Right. Okay. Hey man, so I'm sorry to run y'all, but I got to get off, man, so I can get me some sleep. Right.
I got bad news. The Mets aren't playing baseball today.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
That's frustrating.
I wanted to
man.
see our 341 million guy and our $200 million pitcher tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully they play tomorrow. I don't know.
Hopefully, but it's because the Nationals broke COVID-19 protocol.
Yeah, they got 5 people in protocol. They said 1 may have COVID.
Man, they better bring people up in the minors. You got the minor leagues for.
Well, hey Kev, hey, I'm gonna run. GI, I'm gonna run. Hey,
all right,
chat,
baby.
Hey, chat. Hey, thanks to everybody.
Salute to the chat. Love you all.
The Knicks at Night podcast gonna be jumping. Hoodie Kev, I just wanted to point one thing out though. Hoodie Kev, can you still hear us?
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm gonna just point this one thing out, and it's not to instigate anything, but the Knicks Morning Drive numbers have been smashing the Knicks at Night podcast. Smashing the Knicks at Night podcast. I mean, the views, in terms of views, in terms of likes. So we may have to do something with the Knicks at Night podcast. Maybe bring a few people from the KMD to the Knicks at Night podcast to re-energize the Knicks at Night podcast or something.
As the host of the Knicks at Night podcast.
But I'm open to ideas though.
Hold on, he wants to respond.
As the host, as you say, of the Knicks at Night podcast.
And star of the show.
He got a fancy green room compared to everybody else.
Right.
I believe.
Hey, Hoodie Kev. Also, when I do the introduction for the Knicks at Night podcast, what do I say every time we come on?
I'm Uncle Freezie, co-host of the Knicks at Night podcast, and I'm joined by Hoodie Kev, the host.
Yep. Every time, man.
By the way, we were talking about views. You were going to respond to that, Kev. In October, we were getting maybe 50% of the views that the night show was getting, by the way. So I just want to let you.
That's modest. Then we were getting like maybe 20%, like 35 people.
I tried.
Yeah. And the Knicks at Night podcast was getting like 140.
So here's the thing, right? This is the thing. The Knicks Morning Drive is a byproduct of the success of Knicks at Night. Knicks at Night is so widely popular that it brought people to the forefront. But the hard thing is if you're a normal person, staying up to 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning sometimes. So people would cheat. They're like, oh, I couldn't catch Knicks at Night, but I can catch Knicks Morning Drive. But in reality, they really want Knicks at Night. They just don't want to stay up that late most of the time.
Kev, that's not totally accurate because
that's pretty accurate, I think.
Views also come from replays. Like legit, if you have when it comes to replays, you have a choice between the Knicks at Night podcast and the KMD, right? And so like say 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you can watch the replay of either. And what it seems like is that people are clicking on the KMD more than they're clicking on the Knicks at Night podcast, right?
Is there data to back up which replay gets the most views?
Yep, YouTube analytics. So So as the owner of the channel, I get to look at the YouTube analytics, and they send it to me, and that's what I'm basing all this stuff on. And it's updated in real time too, by the way.
So you're saying Knicks morning drive gets more replays than Knicks at night also?
Yep.
Well,
hey, Kev, and part of that has to do, which is not fair, but part of that too has to do with me being able to bring on celebrities in the morning, like the entertainer talking sports has been on. Jonathan Macri comes on about once every 3 weeks or so. Harry Carson, the ex-New York Giant Hall of Famer, was on. Orlando Hudson, the multiple-time MLB All-Star, Silver Slugger, Gold Glove winner was on. And so it's hard to get guys to come on at the Knicks at Night podcast. So, and then plus two, there are windows when the Knicks at Night podcast is on, and every Knicks content creator in the universe is on at the same time. Like post game. So there's serious competition there. So
exactly. There's a lot of factors that go into it.
Right.
But I'm not worried about it because I've seen our numbers have actually, the live stream numbers over the last few weeks have actually been up.
Significant.
Yeah, exactly. More the last week and a half, 2 weeks. And they've been like maybe the last month and a half. So I think we're trending in the right direction again.
Right.
I don't worry about the small things.
Right. And so what I think we need to do is feature Hoodie Kev more.
I was just saying the thing. There's a problem with that is you keep trying to put me in the back seat.
You know,
I be getting into the bag.
Ladies and gentlemen of the chat, if I may, ladies and gentlemen of the chat, I just want to show you how transparent the show is. We let you know real time what the issues are. We discuss it right in front of you. We have nothing to hide. Carry on,
nothing. Because this is a family there. Like this is a family here. It's a family here, right? Now all we need is for Evergreen G to stop hogging the beats so that we can get intro music for the Blorange Tears Debate League.
And that's another thing. People was really, really excited. If you brought the debate league back to Knicks at Night, that's another thing that I think would hype people back up.
I had to wait till the logo. I had to wait till the logo get finished. Remember, because we got to put the logo on the championship belt.
Oh, so you need props. The Knicks at Night show needs props, huh?
Oh wow! Shot fired.
Need props. I'm sorry that celebrities got to come on to boost up the show for Knicks Morning Drive. I mean, I wish we could get celebrities to come on our show.
I can't lie, Macri does get the numbers up. I can salute the Macri. What's up, homie?
Hey, shout out to Macri too, by the way. A fan favorite of the show and a fan favorite of a lot of folks, man. Hey, y'all, I gotta bounce, man. I'm so tired right now. Y'all keep an eye out for Knicks Freestyle. We're gonna try to get that on. We're gonna try to get me and Kev with the Pick and Roll podcast. We're gonna try to get that up and running too for everybody.
I got one last thing. Delano Steele. It is literally 60 degrees here. I don't know where 79. It might be 79 where you at, but it ain't 79 here.
Yo, it's okay.
I want to add this. This is a marketing tool for you, Hoodie Kev. Since your show is so great, right?
Sound like
Prime television always does better than late night television, no matter what channel you turn to. So if you want to get a better show, you create the Knicks at the afternoon or the Knicks in the evening, because the Knicks at night, it ain't cutting it, buddy. This is like Good Morning America.
Oh, shots fired!
Good Morning America, right? What are you watching?
Is this Evergreen?
Are you watching Late Night with Conan O'Brien, or are you watching This Is the Voice? What show are you watching?
Wow.
Are you watching Oprah, or are you watching it don't matter. It don't matter the show you
Hold on. How is
daytime television is always better than nighttime television.
I would like to say one last thing to Mr. Evergreen. I believe this is actually the first time that you and I have ever actually been on. So I'm gonna say this: how is like a visitor? Now you're not even a mainstay on the show. Gonna come at David Letterman, okay?
Oh my goodness!
Don't let a part-time employee come at the star of a show, okay? Sir, you get makeup in the hallway.
Let's do the
man.
Let's show you the David Letterman.
Okay, when you get a dressing room, then you can talk to me about something, about some numbers. That's like Harry Connick talking junk to Jay Leno.
Let me tell you something.
How is Harry Connick Jr. talking junk to Jay Leno?
Let me tell you something. First off, I'm one of the most respected guests that comes on the show. Let's establish
the
that.
key word. Here's the key word you just said. Respected guest. When you a star, the host of the show, then you can say something.
Hold on. Hey, Evergreen. Hey, don't let Kev do that. Don't let Kev.
Oh no, I'm not.
No, because we've been down since day one, right? So whether it was here or nothing but Knicks or whatever, Evergreen G to me is not a visitor. It's like family. You know what I'm saying? We started out on this journey basically together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just because you know what I'm saying, we come together in a different house don't mean we ain't brothers. If we brothers at home, we brothers at home, guess what? We brothers at school and brothers at church. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. How Pop's doing?
He good.
Hey, tell him I asked about him, man.
I let him know. All right, bring Hoodie Cat back here. He had to go to timeout. He got it.
Hoodie Cat will cross the line. I gotta say Hoodie Cat will cross the line.
See now look. Now I want to explain to everybody. When Hoodie Cat was talking earlier, that lets you know that he has no clue anything about content, YouTube content ID, right? So therefore,
let me take out my glasses of what you just said. Hold on.
Therefore, if he is indeed the host of the show, then there will be no way physically possible that he can get put backstage for a bad take. When Arsenio, hey, I got a question. Y'all remember when Arsenio Hall got into it with that dude that was talking about Arsenio Hall don't like gay people? You remember that?
Yeah, I
remember that.
Yeah,
okay, and what happened? Did somebody come out and say, "All right, Arsenio, you're going too far. Let me cut your mic off"? Nope. Arsenio got all up on the stage and he explained to everybody what was going on and what his position was. Was Hoodie Cab able to do that just now? Nope, because he had to go backstage.
But Hoodie Cab is a star.
That lets me know that he is a proxy. He is replaceable.
Man, y'all crossed the line.
On the Knicks at night.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. God bless tonight. All right, y'all. Because Hoodie Cab will cross the line. He is a habitual line crosser, and I don't want things to get too dirty. I'll holler